Forever, a new episode back on its regular night, CBS Thursday.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Greg Gumbel. Welcome to CBS Sports' continuing coverage of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Last night, 4 teams advanced. Tonight, 4 more will do the same, completing the Elite Eight and setting the stage for the regional finals tomorrow and Sunday. I'm joined, as always, by Clark Kellogg and Sports Illustrated's Seth Davis. I think we found last night big-time programs ratcheted up a notch when there's a regional final at stake. It'll be interesting to see who does that tonight.
I'll tell you what, partner, you better strap your seatbelt on tonight because this could be favorites falling Friday. We'll talk about it a little later.
See, I can't follow that. That's not even fair. We think about defenses winning championships. Last night it was the better offensive teams that advanced. I think the better offensive teams will advance tonight. Most of them favorites.
Favorites
so there.
Falling Friday. We
Triple
begin
F.
this evening in St. Louis, Missouri, where the UAB Blazers, who upended the top overall seed Kentucky, take on the region's 4th-seeded team, the Kansas Jayhawks. In the other early start, number 7 Xavier meets the 3rd seed in the Atlanta region, that's Texas. Then in our second set of games tonight, the 10th seed in the St. Louis region, Nevada, coming off the big upset of Gonzaga, takes on the 3rd-seeded Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. And in the last regional semifinal of the evening, Illinois, the 5th seed in the Atlanta region, takes on top seed Duke. All right, let's take the rundown now. We'll start with number 9 UAB and number 4 Kansas.
Well, it's always hard to single out a player for UAB because their style is such a frenetic style that everybody has a chance to play big. But tonight against a strong Kansas front line, I think a key guy to keep an eye on is Gabe Kennedy. He's the biggest UAB player on the front line at 6'9". He averages 11 points. But if he can give them presence offensively and on the boards, then I think that'll go a long way towards giving UAB a chance to play with Kansas and even beat them if they make perimeter shots and get him doing work inside.
I think Gabe Kennedy might have a better chance of being effective were he not going up against Big Dub. That's Wayne Simeon. He's been Kansas's big strong man up front all year. He was dominant. Last weekend he had 18 points and 12 rebounds against Pacific. He's been hurting with a groin injury all year. I'd hate to think what it would be like if he were healthy playing alongside Graves and Padgett. I think Kansas is going to be smarter than Kentucky, keep the game slow, and win because of their inside advantage.
Well,
Big Dub.
I think Kansas really likes playing a fast game. Their experience certainly lends to them having a chance to prevail in this matchup. They won't mind playing fast, but if UAB makes the perimeter shot and gets decent play on the glass, I think they've got a chance to continue their season.
All right, second game of the night has number 7 Xavier and number 3 Texas. Seth?
Well, Xavier obviously has been playing great. Lionel Chalmers had a career game in their second-round matchup. I don't think that's happening tonight. Why? Royale Ivy, he's the Texas backcourt player, one of the best defensive players in the country, did a great job on Raymond Felton, runs the point well. That will enable Texas to take advantage inside. I like Texas to win.
All right, now, number 10 Nevada plays Georgia Tech. Does the Nevada run end tonight?
I don't think so. I think they've got a terrific team. They're Gonzaga from 1999. They got to the Elite Eight. They're big, they're physical, they're strong, they defend. They've got a great player in Kirk Snyder. I think they match up extremely well with Georgia Tech, and I look for them to win this game tonight.
Clark, hoping against hope, man. Look, I'm happy. I'm happy to be here with you. Nevada's happy to be here, just like UAB and Vanderbilt last night. I like the favorite to move on at Georgia Tech.
All right, speaking of favorites, we have the top seed in action tonight, Duke against number 5 Illinois.
Well, this might surprise you, but I think that Illinois is actually the toughest matchup for Duke in this region because of their speed in the backcourt. They definitely have the advantage up front. I think that Luther Head for Illinois is going to shut down J.J. Redick tonight in the Illini.
I agree with Seth wholeheartedly, except I think somebody else for Duke is going to step up, be it Daniel Ewing or Luol Deng, and that's going to allow them to prevail against a very, very tough Illinois team.
Okay, split decision on Duke, Illinois. The road to the Final Four continues after this word from your local station.
Without a Trace, Thursdays on CBS. It's all here.
It's powerful. It's beautiful. I can see that. How did they make it so incredibly smooth? It's technical.
Tonight to try my car.
Again?
Again.
The Lexus RX 330.
putting the world on notice again. At your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
Flat. Sometimes small businesses hate the word flat, as in sales are flat. Other times they love it, as in one flat rate for all your calls, and savings that are flat out shocking. Introducing SBC Unlimited Long Distance for Business. Unlimited nationwide long distance for a flat $20. Seeing small business differently. SBC.
Are you okay?
This is dumb. We're paying so much in interest and we'll never pay them off.
Come to the experts at Countrywide to consolidate your credit card debt into one low monthly payment. Get upfront approval in minutes and close your loan fast.
We got it.
Realize your dreams at Countrywide Home Loans. Call or visit us today.
If you're looking for a new professional-grade Envoy, then all GMC has to say is no. No down payment. No security deposit. No first payment. And no money due at signing. Get into your GMC dealer now because there's no checkbook required. Qualified customers lease a new Envoy 4x2 SLE for around $307 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. See the pros at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana GMC dealers.
Expanded coverage of all the action from the Illini-Duke matchup tonight after the game.
Those of you expecting the start of Xavier in Texas, we will get you to your tip at 7:27 Eastern Time. But coming up, it's UAB against Kansas. We'll send you to Gus Johnson and Len Elmore in St. Louis right after this. Enjoy the games, everyone, here on CBS.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by the United States Army, IBM, Coca-Cola, and by the new Chevrolets.
The new Colorado Z71 with an available 220 horsepower engine.
You're it.
Don't let all that power go to your head. Chevy, an American revolution.
Right now, there's $350 billion in tax cuts out there. It's like this big, freshly baked pie. And our job at H&R Block is to get you the biggest slice possible. So I dig in to find you every tax break you're entitled to. There's a bigger child tax credit, a larger deduction for married couples, lots of new stuff. The only question is, how big a slice do you want?
Get the maximum refund or it's free. Another advantage of H&R Block.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave, Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
Moving in on 2 hours sleep? That's a headache. The moment of choice, Tylenol or Advil for fast headache relief. Advil liquid gels work faster, stronger, better than Tylenol on tough headaches.
Hey guys. Hey.
Thank you, Advil. Advance to Advil relief.
Why do we rent from Enterprise? Because having the right car makes all the difference.
Grandma, look, they're here. Hi, Grandma.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Live from the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis, it's NCAA basketball on CBS. The St. Louis Regional Semifinal features 9th-seeded UAB versus 4th-seeded Kansas. And the bracket in St. Louis, the winner of this game takes on the winner of our next matchup between Georgia Tech and Nevada. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the 22-9 Blazers from UAB. Mo Finley, the senior leader at 5'11". He has the heart of a lion. And for Kansas, Wayne Simeon is their star all Big 12, but the key, can Aaron Miles, their junior point guard, deal with this UAB pressure? Mike Anderson in his second year as the head coach of UAB. He's the Conference USA Coach of the Year. On the other sideline, Bill Self in his first season spent 3 years at Illinois, where he led the Fighting Illini to the 2001 Elite Eight. This game is being brought to you in high-definition television by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television. Gus Johnson, Len Elmore with you. Our officials for tonight's ball game: Tony Green, Bob Donato, and Patrick Adams. Lenny, what should we pay attention to early on in this game?
Well, first of all, put on your running shoes. UAB will look to press after made baskets, maybe even inbounds passes, looking for open floor turnovers off steals and flubs. But Kansas will not back down. Look for them to attack the pressure and go for the rim, really. And if they can't get layups, they'll try some ball reversal to get their big man Wayne Simeon in the ball game.
Gabe Kennedy and Jeff Graves in the circle. Third all-time meeting between UAB and Kansas. That one knocked out of bounds. So UAB will start with the basketball. The series is tied at 1 game apiece. So here's Ball ready to inbound it. The Blazers coming into this game with a 22-9 record. They were 12-4 in Conference USA. Here's Squeaky Johnson pulling up. Short arms a jump shot. Loose ball batted. Out of bounds. Will stay right here.
And Gus, in those 22 wins, UAB shot extremely well. 47% from the field, 35% from 3. So they understand they're undersized against this Kansas team. They've got to get shots to fall.
Blazers are coming off a 76-75 win over top-seeded Kentucky. That man, Morris Finley, hit the game winner with 12 seconds remaining. And here come the Jayhawks. Miles to Simeon. Giddens playing with a sore foot. Graves on the box. Lost it. In the front court. Here comes Finley. Down the lane. Won't stay down. And a foul coming up. Morris Finley, though he be but little, he is fierce.
Well, he certainly is. I mean, that's a young man, again, that everyone respects. A graduate student, all-conference academic honors, and as a senior, averaging 21 points in the last 4 games.
So that sends DeMario Edens to the line. He gets the first one to go. Edens with a career-high 26 points in their first-round win over Washington, 102-100.
And you saw right away when Jeff Graves put the ball on the floor, the collapsing defense shook it loose, and that's what they want to do. Get in the open floor. Steals mean open floor opportunities, getting back before the defense sets for UAB.
The Blazers have coined the term the fastest 40 minutes in basketball. Giddens, the freshman, off the mark. Loose ball picked up. Langford, and a new shot clock for the Jayhawks.
And that's where the burly bodies of Kansas can win the battle on the boards.
Heath Langford, a junior from Fort Worth, Texas, playing with the tender knee, gets his first shot to fall. Now Finley off the heel. Tapped around. Edens tracks it down and bounces it off of a Jayhawk. A number of injuries for the Jayhawks. They are wounded. Simeon with a groin injury. Giddens a foot. Langford a knee. David Padgett, who will come off the bench, also with an ankle injury.
And that's very important because those guys have had limited practice time. It affects your timing, and it will affect your conditioning, which will certainly be tested by this UAB style.
Ball off the mark. And here come the Jayhawks.
Boy, look at Squeaky Johnson on Aaron Miles. Aaron Miles hasn't seen anything fit that tight since maybe the 70 shorts that we wear.
Simeon drop stepping to the basket and a foul in the backcourt on Langford. And you're absolutely right, Lenny.
Look at Wayne Simeon set up right here. That guy's a load inside. Look how he catches in a crowd.
very strong inside. That's what Kansas wants to do. They'll explore the pressure, but if they can't get a layup, ball reversal, allow Simeon to set up down low, get him a touch.
Kansas with the early lead. Here comes Squeaky Johnson, a sophomore from New Orleans. And you're right, Lenny, he is an unbelievable defender. Kennedy down the lane, the floater is good. And that allows UAB to set up the full court press.
And just if you're thinking, how do you stop the press? The best way is to keep UAB from scoring.
Miles down the lane, hangs. Simeon ripped it down and draws the foul.
Again, we talked about Kansas attacking the rim. Not as clean a look as Bill Self would like, but certainly getting his guys on the weak side glass.
So Wayne Simeon, a junior from Leavenworth, Kansas, is coming off an 18-point, 12-rebound outing in Kansas's 78-63 win over Pacific, a 12th seed. And what's the book on Wayne?
Well, Wayne Simeon's a bruising force, a tower of power with an inside game, suffered an assortment of injuries. He's got to remain injury-free for this team to go any further than they have. So far, so good. Playing with that groin injury, he looks like he's on his game, though.
Simeon, first team all Big 12, and he's off to a very nice start. 4 points. 7-3 Kansas. Now Finley feeds the post. Kennedy drop step. Weak side, Finley rising fire. And a rebound to Graves.
Kansas getting exactly what they want, their half-court defense, forcing the perimeter shot, one shot and out.
And Miles gets the step on Mo Finley and draws the foul. Finley struggling from the field to start, 0 for 4 with 17-14 to go here in the first half.
And Gus, that time Kansas a little bit of UAB's medicine given to them as Aaron Miles just runs up the back of the defense in a little transition of his own.
And Miles off the mark on the first free throw, a 68% free throw shooter. Kansas, Len, they want to score. They're 22-0 this season when they score over 70 points.
And the way they do that, again, is to play inside out. They know Wayne Simeon, such a force, will draw an awful lot of defensive attention, and he's got the ability to kick it back to open shooters.
8-3 Kansas. Kennedy facing.
And you see how the half-court defense has really slowed the attack for UAB, not getting those open looks from beyond the arc. You don't need it.
Squeaky Johnson, a terrific three-point shooter, shooting 45% from the three-point line this season. UAB 1 of 5. Don't forget, for those of you expecting to see Xavier and Texas, will get you out there as soon as it tips off. On the other end, Giddens draining a three.
Well, J.R. Giddens' look was wide open. Again, in transition, pushing it. But on the other end, Squeaky Johnson's jumper had the defender all over. I'm surprised he even saw the hoop.
Kennedy inside, forced it up. A brick. Simeon with the rebound. And a foul. That's Sidney Ball.
Mike Anderson's got to be a bit concerned now. Kansas has been forcing his team to play pure half-court basketball on the offensive end, and they haven't really been able to set up the pressure and get the traps that he'd like. Kansas very quick to recognize open spots on the floor as well as open people as they push it up the floor. There you go again, open spot, open person.
Miles. And the Jayhawks with no problems getting it up and down to start this game. 13-6. Edens. Here's Kennedy, can't hold on. Miles flings it into the front court, and it's retrieved by Finley. Now Squeaky Johnson. Pulls up for three again. Long rebound to Ball. And a bad pass. Sidney Ball, his head not in the game right now, committing a foul, then turning it over. And even more importantly, Gabe Kennedy picks up the foul. Kansas prepared for the pressure, but their defense stellar. UAB 2 of 10, Kansas with the lead.
Great teams are often forged over the hot coals of adversity. On the eve of the big meeting, the third quarter numbers suddenly changed. But so did your presentation, automatically. You have the new Microsoft Office system. It's a Cinderella story.
So, Dad, there's something I need to tell you.
How much is this gonna cost me?
Nah, it's not like that.
Is it the motorcycle thing again?
It's not the motorcycle. It's about what you said the other day. About doing something for myself. Maybe something important.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the Mighty Mouse of cars. Meet the surprisingly big Chevy Avail.
Now we can roll all day. Now we can roll all day. Ride all night.
It's only little on the outside. Meet the surprisingly big Chevy Avail. The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
No, come on. Hey, can I get that cap when you're done?
No. Yeah, all right. If you run around the house in your skivvies.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta see this.
Yeah, me too.
Collect the caps from specially marked Coke bottles and get money off select video games like College Hoops. Drink more Coke, get more game.
Not funny!
Ben Bradshaw has won the Masters for a second time.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
13-6 Kansas on top of UAB. Now let's join the third member of our team on the sideline, Dwayne Ballard.
Gus, J.R. Giddens' biggest fan is not here. His mom, Diana, is in a hospital room in Oklahoma City where she's battling a very serious case of pneumonia. In fact, she was on life support twice, and she just regained the ability to speak just recently. In the pregame warm-ups, J.R. will thrust his fist into the air, a show to his mother that she is not far from his mind. Mrs. Giddens, J.R. told me to tell you he will play hard tonight. Guys?
All right, the freshman from Oklahoma City with inspiration tonight. Don't forget, Xavier, Texas is coming up for those of you expecting to see the game. Now Langford, cut off on the baseline.
UAB stepping up the defense, trying to get into and crowd the ball handlers.
Graves up and in, and the foul.
But if you're going to crowd the ball handlers, you got to crowd the passer as well. And you take a look at Simeon receiving up top. Clear look in the high-low situation to Jeff Graves. An excellent pass right to the backboard where Graves can handle it.
So that sends Graves to the line. Jeff Graves, the senior, at 12 points and 7 rebounds for Pacific against Pacific. Adds the free throw, and Kansas has a 16-6 lead. Finley along with Johnson, Kennedy, Ball, and Edens. Here's Kennedy, double teamed on the box.
Interesting little wrinkle by Kansas and double team, and Kennedy forces him outside, takes him away from the basket, and really puts pressure on this defense now as they look to be scrambling.
Finley, the runner, short. Tapped around, Simeon with another rebound. His third.
Yeah, Mo Finley just a little bit undersized at 5'11" against Aaron Miles in the game.
Graves. Matador defense by the Blazers. And Kansas takes an 18-6 lead. And as you and Clark both alluded to, if UAB fails to hit shots from the three-point line, they're in trouble. Right now, Kansas is on a 10-0 run.
Very nice.
Like all light beers, it's low in carbs. Unlike any other light beer, it's got the great taste of Bud Light. What
we have here is a failure to compromise. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
Get a little out of line. The best thing about being a woman is a prerogative to have a little fun.
The new Chevy Colorado Crew Cab has the biggest interior in its class. Everything's bigger in Colorado.
Man, I feel like a woman.
The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Right now, Elizabeth on my buddy list is having a real party. She picked the 15th over the number 2 seed because she liked the mascot. Me? I'm not having a party right now. Oh.
Now you can get AOL Instant Messenger right on your singular phone. Take your buddy list with you anywhere and get unlimited instant messaging for $2.99 and a great deal on I Am Ready Nokia phones.
I call it the "How do you like your furry mascot now" plan.
AOL Instant Messenger, another reason singular fits you best.
Make more of your money work for you. Consider a Fidelity Freedom Fund targeted to your retirement year. For more information and to open a no-fee Roth IRA, call 800-FIDELITY.
We're going to prosecute your brother to the full extent of the law.
Do you honestly think I would turn against him? He's my brother.
You're going to go down with him just as hard.
New Without a Trace, CBS Thursday.
Kansas up 18-6. Follow the game on CBS Sports Line's Game Center and get more than just live scores. Get play-by-play coverage as it happens without having to refresh the page. Check it out at cbssportsline.com. Gus Johnson, Len Elmore from St. Louis. Finley pulls up for 3, and it's long. Tobias Johnson just checked in, gets the rebound inside Gabe Kennedy, and he's hacked by Graves.
Well, that's an excellent job coming out of the timeout to recognize they got to go inside, get some high percentage shots. Kennedy does a great job of getting Graves on his hip.
So 4 weeks ago, UAB overcame an early 12-point deficit to beat Marquette. And UAB digging a hole for themselves early in this game. Gabe Kennedy gets the first one to go. I'll look at the first 2 rounds for the big man.
Well, Gabe Kennedy obviously very important, particularly on the boards. Had a much better game in the second game against Kentucky. That 102-100 game was so fast-paced. There's a tendency to take the big men out of the game when you're running 94 feet. They start going from free throw line to free throw line. By the time they get on one end of half court, the ball's coming back the other way.
So the Twins are in the game for UAB. Donnell and Ronell Taylor from Montgomery, Alabama, wearing numbers 1 and 2. Here's 3/4 court pressure, broken easily by the Jayhawks. Langford inside, kicks it out Miles, and it's stolen.
And see, that's exactly what Kansas did not want to do. They wanted to reverse the ball.
And UAB commits the foul on the other end.
You know, they don't want to settle for the open jumpers. Want to reverse the ball, get it into the big guys. That time, Aaron Miles kind of stepped away from the scheme and turned it over. And you don't want to turn it over in the open floor for UAB because they're so quick in transition.
Here's Miles. Down the lane. Nice look. Simeon lays it in.
Boy, you talked about agility. Big fella right there stopping on a dime, keeping that angle on the backboard.
Ronell Taylor. UAB a little nervous. They're long on most of their shots to start this game. Padgett rips it. Jayhawks. UAB 2 of 14 from the field. Kansas 7 of 9.
Well, almost got away with a travel. Did get away with a travel that time. UAB's got to remain poised, though.
Tobias Johnson banks it in.
Plenty of time for them to make a comeback. They can't afford to rush shots and take bad shots. They got to stay within their game plan, play defense on the other end, make some stops, get some open floor opportunities,
Here's Johnson again. Oh! So here's the stat, folks. On the season, UAB forces 20 turnovers per game. Kansas turns it over 15 times per game.
And the key to that, Gus, is the 11.5 steals that led the nation. The steals mean open floor turnovers that get you in transition.
Simeon misses, gets his own rebound. Gittins, rise and fire. And the rebound goes to the Blazers.
See, Kansas right now taking the quick shots. Bill Self cannot be pleased with that. Not exploring the big guys inside. That should be a must every time down.
Jayhawks have turned it over 4 times. Here's Donnell Taylor.
UAB now switches from the man to zone.
Inside Simeon, and he draws the foul.
And you look at Bill Self, he walks back a little more relieved right now that his guys are going back to the plan.
Wayne Simeon has scored double figures in 17 of his last 18 ball games. He has 6 points, 4 rebounds. Thus far, his numbers in the tournament. And here comes a sub in for the UAB Blazers. Marcus Lewis, junior from Milwaukee, junior college transfer. And for Kansas, Michael Lee.
And it's amazing what Wayne Simeon's been able to do. He's got that groin injury that's so nagging. He's had limited practice. His timing is impeccable right now, though.
Second one good. 11:45 to play in the first half. Kansas off to a terrific start.
Introducing the Malibu Max. The only car that offers all of this. Remote start, sliding reclining rear seats, a 200 horsepower V6, and rear DVD. The new Chevrolets, an American revolution.
Mario.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Sierra Mist. Tastes one shockingly refreshing lemon lime.
Good dog.
On April 16th, a man with nothing to live for will become a hero.
Don't let your memories kill you.
With everything to fight for.
No one's ever stood up for me before.
The Punisher, rated R, starts April 16th.
Every square inch of Putnam Investments strives for consistent, dependable, superior performance over the long term. For good reason. You. At Putnam Investments, we urge you to consider the investment objective, risks, charges, and fees for any fund. Ask your financial advisor or plan sponsor for a prospectus containing this and other information. Read it carefully before you invest. There's no assurance any fund will be able to meet its objective.
When a 14-year-old with $1 million personality signs to play soccer for $500,000 a year, that's a 60-minute story. Sunday.
Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis in New York. Kansas has doubled up on UAB. We'll get you back to that game in a moment after we check into the Georgia Dome, where Texas and Xavier are doing battle. It's a one-point game. If Xavier is going to win this game, what do they have to do?
Well, they can ride the hot shooting of Lionel Chalmers, who's been terrific on the perimeter for them, but I think they need to be able to battle inside with Anthony Miles. Him and Justin Dolman and Justin Cage have to give them a presence at both ends inside, on the glass and scoring the ball a bit. Xavier playing his own defense, Greg, to try to keep that big front line of Texas from exploiting their size advantage.
And Seth, how about Texas? What do the Longhorns have to do if they're going to make it to a second straight Final Four?
They got to be really physical with them, Greg, and that was something that Mississippi State was not able to do. And I think they need to keep the game slow. Even though Xavier's in that zone, the flip side to that is it keeps the game slow. I think Xavier needs to speed it up to take advantage of the guards. I'll be interested to see if they try to do that.
All right, guys, we'll keep track of that game. Let's get you back to St. Louis and rejoin Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
11:29 remaining in the first half. Kansas with a big lead, 24-12. And UAB not shooting the ball too well, 4 of 18, 22%. But at the line is Marcus Lewis.
And I talked about Gabe Kennedy being the sole threat inside. Lewis is developing.
Near the conclusion of every NCAA tournament game, we will select a Chevrolet Most Valuable Player of the game from each team. Today, Chevrolet has contributed more than $8 million to the general scholarship funds of America's colleges and universities. Second one up for Lewis, and it falls. Allows the Blazers to set up their press. Here's Jeff Hawkins. Lee.
And that's a good job. Lee had an opportunity for a short 10-footer, but he couldn't get a layup, so they reversed the ball and back to Simeon, and bang.
Wayne Simeon with 10 points now, and a foul.
You know, Bill Self spoke to us yesterday about what he wanted to see his team do. Picture perfect. Passed up a 10-footer, reversed it, got it to the big man in the paint.
Lewis double team. Ball reversal, ball wide open. Off the back of the rim, Hawkins. In the front court to Simeon. To Lee, back to Simeon. Up and in. Kansas has all the answers.
Do you like how nifty the big fella handled it in the open floor?
Nice crossover dribble. Largest lead of the game for the Jayhawks. So the foul called on Padgett. He picks up his first. David Padgett, a freshman, playing with an ankle injury. Kansas looks well schooled on this UAB operation.
And they're also calm. That's the thing. Sometimes that pressure gets you frenetic. You start making mistakes because you're in a hurry. Kansas very calm with the ball. When they see the opening, they react quickly.
And more importantly, the Kansas perimeter defense has been excellent, holding UAB to 1 of 10 shooting from the three-point line.
And look how tightly Aaron Miles is up on Mo Finley, not allowing him anything.
Lewis, short, out of bounds. Will stay right here. And Finley 0 for 6 from the field. Now Taylor bumped, no call, finds Lewis, leans in and banks it home.
Well, that big body of Marcus Lewis is too much for David Padgett right now. Padgett can't turn his head and forget about blocking out.
Now Langford. Hard crossover. Spins, turns it over, 2-on-1. Finley, Taylor, up and throws off. Kept it in, though, by Tony Johnson.
Everything but the shot, picture perfect. Ball doesn't touch the floor on the break.
Now Miles stripped. Loose, Simeon's there. Taylor dives. And Wayne Simeon has had a big game so far.
And he's been the focal point of the Kansas attack on offense. They've been giving him the touches required to force UAB to adjust. And if they don't adjust, Simeon gets it done.
But Wayne Simeon has picked up his second foul. Let's see if he stays in the game with 9:35 to play in the first half. And Simeon heads to the bench.
But it looked like on the loose ball, Simeon gets a hand on it. Now they're fighting for it. And from this angle, I'm not so sure of what happened.
Looks like Wayne Simeon may have grabbed the back of Taylor's jersey. So Donnell Taylor at the line, gets the first. UAB a 66% free throw shooting team on the year.
And what a significant development. Again, Wayne Simeon, the focal point of the Kansas offense, on the bench with 2 fouls. It'll be interesting to see whether the Jayhawks can adjust to not having their power guy in the paint.
Second one bounces home. 28-19 UAB on a 6-0 run.
We'll see if either David Padgett or Christian Moody, who replaced Simeon, have the ability to fill the shoes inside the lane.
Langford with the step on the baseline. Moody along with Miles, Lee, and Padgett.
And I told you guys, Marcus Lewis with that big body really bouncing Padgett around, not allowing him to get position.
Miles, nicely done.
Well, if you can attack the rim off the bounce, Aaron Miles is the guy to ask. And that may be the adjustment. Instead of going inside with a straight entry pass, take him off the bounce.
And a travel. Good call. Tony Johnson shuffled his feet.
Again, you don't want to settle for quick shots. Here, Miles, who's got a size advantage on Finley, this time just outquicks him, and no help comes. Boy, that's dangerous getting off your feet and passing against this pressure.
Kansas 11 of 15, 73%. Here's Padgett backing his way down on the box and draws a foul.
That was a bailout by UAB. The difference between Padgett posting up and Simeon posting up is look how far off the lane Padgett receives. Simeon's feet are in the paint. Padgett's 6 feet off. And there, as I said, that's the bailout. Sidney Ball comes over and fouls Padgett at a point when he really didn't need to.
So Sidney Ball picks up his second. David Padgett. And he gets the first one to go.
Padgett, a very capable young man as a freshman, averaging about 7 points a game, 5 rebounds. Needs to get stronger, but in this tournament, averaging 8 points, 4 rebounds, 7 for 10 from the field entering this game. So he's had some impact.
Both free throws good. And here comes a substitute. It's Ronell Taylor. Replaces Sidney Ball, who sits down with 2 fouls. 32-19. Taylor driving and
good change of pace by UAB. Instead of settling for the perimeter shot, you got to get to the glass a little bit. Start challenging the young big men of Kansas on the floor right now.
Langford the lob. Jams it down.
I told you the big fella had some impact.
He's got good hands. A great catch. Under 8 to play. 34-21 in the corner. Taylor again. And the 3 just won't go down for UAB. They're 1 of 11. Traveling, Miles. 8 turnovers for Kansas, but the Jayhawks are finding the open man and lead it 34-21.
Do you have the right truck? The best-selling half-ton regular and extended cab is now available as a crew cab. Introducing the new Silverado half-ton crew. It's the right truck from Chevy.
Tomorrow at a special sneak preview, it's time to stop talking.
Call the police.
It won't do any good. And time to lay down the law. The Rock.
This is
mine. Walking Tall, rated PG-13. Sneak preview tomorrow.
Now at TGI Fridays, 2 eat for $19.99. Enjoy an appetizer and 2 entrees from Friday's special menu. Hurry in for 2 eat for $19.99. Now at TGI Fridays.
When you retire, will you be sitting here or here? Mutual funds from the Hartford, for people who are always thinking ahead. Ask your advisor.
Oh, hey, Stu. New tie?
No,
Hey, Stu, waxed your back?
not lately. Hey, Stu. Did you take care of that rash? Nope.
Whoa! You going commando?
No.
Did you see your...
No. I saw my bartender. He told me to try this.
If you want to have it all, great taste, fewer calories, and half the carbs of Bud Light, talk to your bartender. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Padilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
After 2 separate stays at any Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clearing, or Mainstay Suites, you'll earn a free night with Choice Privileges. The more you stay, the more you earn. For reservations or more details, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis in New York will return you to your game in St. Louis after we check in on what's happening in Atlanta, where Xavier and Texas are now 5 points apart. There's a timeout there with 9:58 to play in the first half. What do you make of this game so far?
Well, Xavier doing a nice job attacking the goal. They've gotten Texas into some foul trouble, but the size of Texas starting to show itself. But also Texas doing a nice job making their perimeter shots early. Mouton and Sid Mill-Harris have knocked down some good opportunities outside.
Texas really needs those outside shots because they don't have a true point guard, and so they have no way to create offense outside of the long-range shot. And I think Romain Sato is going to have the big night for Xavier tonight.
All right, guys, we'll keep track of that game. Let's get you back to the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. UAB in Kansas. We rejoin Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
7:05 remaining in the first half. Kansas with a big lead. Miles has it blocked and a foul called on Tony Johnson. So let's summarize what's happened so far
and I tell
here
you
in
what,
St. Louis.
Gus, the key element right there is a three-point field goal shooting. UAB relies on that. In 22 wins, they shoot 35% or more. In their 9 losses, they shot under 30%, and in 6 of those, shot under 22%. So it's the defense. They haven't gotten very many good looks from beyond the perimeter because Aaron Miles and company have just stayed in the shooters' faces.
So Miles is at the line shooting 3. Aaron Miles second on the all-time career assists list at Kansas, trailing Jacques Vaughn, the All-America. Thursday on a new Survivor, the All-Stars think it's time for a merge, but what they get is a bizarre twist that will shake up the game next Thursday at 8/7 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. 3 free throws good for Miles. 37-23. Finley guarded by Linford now.
And that's why I mentioned Aaron Miles and company, because Kansas has switched off a lot.
And Lewis jams it down. Beautiful interior passing. That's Ronell Taylor finding the big fellow from Milwaukee.
And that should give some solace to Mike Anderson that his team does not have to rely on the 3. They get some penetration. They can make some things happen. But it's on the defensive end that they've been having difficulty in turning Kansas over.
Giddens reluctant to shoot the jump shot. He's playing with the tender foot. Held out of practice yesterday. Now Padgett. Skip pass. Miles. Giddens with 5 to shoot. He's got to hurry. Padgett. 15-footer partially blocked. And that's a shot clock violation. So Bill Self, to prepare for this UAB pressure, he had his starting 5 practice against 8 other players, bringing the ball up the floor.
And that's a good strategy. I remember in high school, my high school coach did that. We played against a pressing team. When you get out there in a game situation, the floor is empty. You feel more comfortable moving the ball.
Finley, off-balance shot. Langford rips it down.
And I suspect UAB looks like 8 guys sometimes when their press is working.
And Miles fouled going to the basket.
And that's what you mean, again, by attacking the rim. You don't want to settle for the mid-range jumpers. That's what the press invites. If you can get all the way to the rim, if you're Kansas, you do it. If you can't, get it to your big guys. Or in this case, with Simeon on the bench, get some good ball movement.
Miles adds the free throw. Miles 11 points, 3 assists in the first half. Largest lead for KU, 40-25. Finley with the step, and he's fouled from behind. Looks like Moody got him on the wrist. Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Seth Davis will get you updated on all the latest tournament news, plus a live look at the Xavier Texas game and the Singular one-on-one with Billy Packer Trivia Challenge. That's all coming up on Singular at the half. So Mo Finley at the free throw line. He's already graduated from UAB with his degree in psychology. Now, what's the book on him?
Well, he's the guy that dials long distance often, over 100 more three-point attempts than anyone else on the team. Very experienced senior, the wise man, and he's going to be played for the 3. He's got to penetrate off the bounce, as he did on this possession, and that's how he got to the free throw line. Makes you much more effective if you can put the ball on the floor as well as shoot the long one.
Finley on the night.
Greg Gumbel in New York. We'll keep tabs on the Jayhawks and the Blazers, but right now in Atlanta, Xavier and Texas coming up on 8:40 to play in the first half. Texas in the league. Let's take you there live and join Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Longhorns by 6. They scored the first 4, and yet to have a turnover by either team in the first half. We've got 8:38 to go. Texas has been particularly effective defending Xavier's backcourt.
And now there's Moreno running the show at the point. Now Ivy, nice penetration. Buckner's got to squeeze that. Ends up knocking it out of bounds. But they are confusing Texas with a different look. They blitz the high pick and roll, trap the ball, and then rotate into the center spot.
Mark the time, Mr. Raftery. 8:25 to go. First turnover of the ball game.
Very impressive on both ends.
25-19. This is Diedrich Finn, former starter. Dolman, the freshman, gets his own miss, puts it up and in.
What a great job using the bounce and then attacking the 10.
Moreno trying to force the play. Back to Buckman just inside the arc. And it's tapped into the corner, controlled by Chalmers. Winner of this one advances to the final in the region on Sunday afternoon. This is the first of 2 games. Duke and Illinois meet in the second. Clean block, hell ball. Terrific job by Buckman. Possession arrow, Xavier.
Did he hold his ground? That's sensational because the footwork of the center Miles was extra. First Stolman attacking the rim and then pursuing the basketball. Solid effort.
Greg Gumbel in New York, 25-21 Texas in the league. Let's get you back to St. Louis now. UAB in Kansas. It's an 8-point Jayhawks lead. We rejoin Gus Johnson and Len Elmore.
Kansas has led by as many as 15 points, but UAB is on a 7-0 run to cut it to 8.
And they've been able to do it by doing a nice job of getting the ball inside, creating some open floor turnovers, getting in transition, getting to the free throw line, and then inside out started working. A little bit of slash to the hole and a kick out to Mo Finley.
Kansas's best player, Wayne Simeon, picked up his second foul, had to go to the bench, and now he's back in the game. He has been dominant inside the turnaround jump hook, and he gets the bounce.
And that's why he's back in the game. He has to be the offensive answer, someone that Bill Self can rely on, as UAB seems to be finding its stride.
It's been Wayne's world in the first half, 14 points and 4 rebounds.
Excellent.
All right, the winner of this game takes on the winner of Georgia Tech, Nevada. Our second game in St. Louis. Georgia Tech with a terrific player in B.J. Elder. As Lewis misses the first, Nevada with a great one as well, and Kirk Snyder.
And I mentioned before, Georgia Tech is yet to play their best basketball, in my opinion, but they better be ready because this Nevada team is for real. They got a lot of weapons on the offensive end, and they're very tough-minded. Watching them in practice yesterday, they were just steely-eyed when they're working on their shooting.
42-33. Gittens over the line. Doubled. Simeon. Baseline turnaround. Pure.
Oh, man. And he's got double and triple teams coming. Makes that baseline turn away from the doubles and gets a good look.
Eden stripped out of bounds. Will head the other way. And a timeout on the floor. Simeon 6 of 7 from the field. Kansas with a 44-33 lead.
I am a player.
You're a what?
I've been given the thinnest, lightest ThinkPad ever. Ergo, player. Dual wireless antenna, epic battery life, the wireless machine. Made for players.
And did you get the leather case? Or was that just me?
Wireless for players, only on the ThinkPad with Intel Centrino mobile technology.
Hey, yo, Thirst, let me get a Sprite.
No doubt. What's better than Sprite when it's hotter than a devil's drawers out?
Oh, here he goes.
I'm serious. That thirst-quenching lemon lime hitting the back of your throat, splatter out. Really? Name one thing that's better. You can't. There is nothing better. I dare you. I double dog dare you. I defy you to name one thing. All right, name two. Show 'em my motto. Hey, girls, throw it in reverse for thirst.
Dear DirecTV, your service is great. Crystal clear picture, programming guide, it's just so great. Nothing could ever describe DirecTV better than the word great. Maybe wow, but no. Great works best. Sincerely, Crisco Pensy.
Wow, great. Great, wow.
Get over 125 channels for $29.99 a month for 6 months, plus equipment and installation for up to 3 rooms free.
85 years of experience. Booms. Busts. Downpours. Fiscal firestorms. Falling rates. Rising tides. And we end up with 50 million customers and over $600 billion in assets. We can weather anything and help make sure you do too. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
Along with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis, Greg Gumbel in New York. We'll get you right back to St. Louis after we check into Atlanta in the Georgia Dome. Xavier and Texas, and Xavier showing the same kind of stuff that kept them in contention with Louisville and Mississippi State long enough to eventually win those games.
One of the hottest teams in the country, and they used good second-half comebacks in both of those games to win. They're doing a nice job on the glass here against Texas, and they're also penetrating the gaps and getting it done on the offensive glass especially.
And kind of a role reversal here, Clark. We expected Xavier to dominate in the backcourt, Texas in the front court. Reverse that.
Texas shooting 59% from the floor. We'll keep track. Let's get you back to St. Louis. Gus and Len.
3:42 to go in the first half. Kansas is led by as many as 15 points. And right now, the Jayhawks are up 44-33. They're all Big 12 first-teamer Wayne Simeon, 6 of 7 from the field, 16 in the first half.
Better get it over. Oh, just in time.
Miles down the lane, the kick. Michael Lee got it. Michael Lee with a big game earlier this year at home against Oklahoma, came off the bench to score 16.
Now Kansas in a very tight 2-3 zone. They're playing below the three-point arc, so they're inviting UAB to take the long ones.
Lewis bumped and goes to the line.
And Gus, we talked about the fact that UAB starting to hit its stride. 2 of 15 to start this game, and in the last 9 minutes or so, they've been 8 of 13, which is about 61%. They're starting to feel their way.
Mike Anderson, one of the hot young coaches in all of college basketball, and he's only in his second year, but between '85 and 2002, he was an assistant at Arkansas with Nolan Richardson. And the Razorbacks won the national championship in 1994.
But when we watched him in practice, there's Nolan Richardson right there, the man from whom Mike Anderson learned this trade.
It's like his son.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, he looked like Nolan on the sidelines during practice. You know, the lovable drill sergeant, whistle in his mouth, barking orders at guys, but still having some compassion because they were tired, man. They were going up and down.
The only difference, no cowboy boots for Mike Anderson. He's going with the Florshams inside. Michael Lee with the rebound, rejected by Lewis. Edens into the front court. Taylor waits for Squeaky Johnson. Back to Taylor for three. Edens keeps it alive, out of bounds, and UAB holds on.
Well, first of all, on the Kansas end, need a much better decision from Lee as he got that rebound underneath with all those trees. Bring it back outside. Time and score situation. Up 12, reset. And on this end, a nice job by UAB. They're starting to crash the boards a little bit more. Simeon has to watch himself. And Padgett really not adept at putting his body on people. And playing this zone, plenty of offensive rebound opportunities for UAB.
Ronell Taylor spinning, athletic move, no. And a foul. Let's see. It's called against UAB. Simeon close to picking up his third, but this one called on Ronell Taylor.
And you saw what I saw. You saw the second one. Taylor grabbed Simeon and Simeon pushed off. Normally it's the second one that gets called. Simeon dodges one that right there. Take a look. Here's the shot. Look at the weak side. 23 Simeon making room. There's the grab and there's the push by Simeon, but the officials saw the first one. Very fortunate.
Wayne Simeon at the line. And the first one is good.
Boy, he's an unusual big man to be that strong, that powerful inside, and still shoot 80% from the line.
Wayne has already passed his tournament average. 17. Misses. Padgett with the rebound. New shot clock for the Jayhawks. Langford, look at the strength to get to the bucket. 50-35. KU matching their largest lead. Mo Finley rattles that. And Padgett another strong rebound.
I like Padgett now starting to assert himself with that size, stretching out.
Miles. And Finley lost it. Simeon on the floor. Picked up Langford. He missed the jam. And here comes Ronell Taylor the other way.
And this is what UAB wants. This is their kind of game.
Lee with the rebound. Now Miles in the open floor. Down the lane of the big man who's hacked. They're going up and down now.
Loose balls, picking it up, running the floor. Here's the missed dunk, though. Langford tried to get all of that, took his eyes off the rim. Picks up the loose ball, nobody back, and just hits the back of the iron. And UAB going the other way, but Kansas there defensively.
So Simeon at the line again, and you're absolutely right to be such a bruising player. Simeon with a great free throw stroke at 80%, gets the first one to go.
And he's up there. You know he practices it. You look at the rotation. You look at where his arm begins. You know, not a lot of wasted motion. And that's what free throw shooting is all about. More young people should be on that line working on it. This is what wins ball games.
Both good. Simeon, 19 points, 7 of 8 from the line. And he comes out of the game, Bill Self wisely taking out his star to make sure that he doesn't pick up his third foul. And UAB with more fouls than field goals. Tony Johnson steps into a jump shot and buries a three.
I'll tell you another reason for that zone, because of the pace that we're playing, it gives Kansas a little bit of an opportunity to rest. You know, you have some guys that have been out there for a long time, and Miles and Langford, and it gives them an opportunity to cool it down a little bit and not have to run all over creation chasing after Finley and Squeaky Johnson when he's in the ball game.
Langford bottled up on the baseline, dribbles out of it.
Nice look.
Beautiful pass to Moody, who finishes strong.
You know, Langford was like a lint magnet. He brought all those green shirts to him and then just dropped the pass off to an open man underneath.
Donnell Taylor in the corner. Count it. 54-41, 30 seconds to go. Michael Lee down the lane, beautiful layup with the opposite hand. Kansas attacking. 10 seconds remaining in the first half. The Jayhawk faithful on their feet in St. Louis. Tony Johnson fired. And that'll do it. Kansas shoots 61% from the field in the first half and lead 56-41. CBS Sports.
All right, so there's your halftime score. The Jayhawks 56-41. I thought you put it best, Clark, just a second ago. They're putting on a clinic.
An absolute clinic. Attacking when they have opportunities to attack, playing excellent defense. And the size in the backcourt, I think, is bothering UAB as much as the size up front.
And can UAB come back at all?
Well, I'm thinking Kansas is going to be too smart to run with these guys. The question is, can UAB even run with Kansas? This is an unbelievable offensive performance.
All right, guys. Meanwhile, in Atlanta, Xavier and Texas doing battle. Just a 2-point game. Let's send you there live. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
4:27 to go from the Georgia Dome in the first half. Xavier falls behind by 8 and then unleashes a 10-0 run. And the Musketeers, seeded number 7, have grabbed their first lead of the ball game on Lionel Chalmers' first basket of the evening. A three-pointer that has given Xavier a 32-30 lead over the Longhorns of Texas.
Xavier used a variety of defenses. They're straight up man-to-man. They forced a lot of deep shots. A little penetration here, and the challenge, a little small change underneath.
It only took a minute 44. That was the first lead change of the ball game, and it came on the spot-up three-pointer by the guard Lionel Chambers, who had gone 0 for 5 to that point. And now at the line, Royale Ivy, one more to tie the game. Well, this is the first of 2 in Atlanta. Third-seeded Texas against 7th-seeded Xavier. Duke and Illinois meet later tonight. And the winners advance to Sunday afternoon's final here. Ivy has 6 points, and the Longhorns have notched it.
And right now, this backcourt can be very tough. Chalmers playing off the ball, Finn on the ball. And this really might get some good looks.
Diedrich Finn, number 12, who had a string of 49 starts in a row, come to an end at midway point of the season, and another Texas foul. This one's on P.J. Tucker.
Challenging that jump shot on that little screen. And right now, they're just mixing the looks up offensively. The 3-guard look's been superior for Xavier.
Well, this was a shooting foul, so Sato will go to the line. And Xavier will be in the double bonus now for the final 4 minutes of the first half. Mentioned that Sato is going to graduate, hoping his mother can come from Bangui in the Central African Republic. She has not visited here. He will graduate with his degree in French, which is his native language. Also fluent in 4 other African languages, and now adds English to the list.
And a great smile and a great teammate. You can read all the notes. A nice entry look and a pretty good defensive kick there. Randy Cole.
Xavier has clawed and fought and grabbed, and they're back in it. They lead by 2.
So you're telling me we can get 8 million L28s at 6 1/4, and by the 10th? It's covered. And we can move them all from South China to LA for distribution by the 1st of next month. Ocean freight, all set? And no customs hassles. None, right?
They'll be cleared. The supply chain experts at UPS will help you keep the promises you make.
Cross your heart?
Your supply chain, synchronized. UPS, what can Brown do for you?
Somebody once said, everyone will get 15 minutes of fame. Some insurance companies seem to think that that's all you need. But at Allstate, they think 15 minutes may not be enough. That's why they'll take as much time as you need so you can make sure your insurance coverage is right. You deserve more time in the spotlight. That's all State stand. Are you in good hands?
We're witnessing a college basketball miracle. Dick Vitale silent for an entire 17 seconds. On a personal note, for myself and sportscasters everywhere, I'd like to thank the crust, the juicy toppings, and the pizza delivery guy.
For fresh baked pizza at home. Pick up DiGiorno for the game and you could win NCAA Final Four tickets for life. Look for details on specially marked packages or visit craftfoods.com.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave from Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
Xavier by 2, 34-32. They trailed 2.5 minutes ago by 8 points. And the Xavier team in the first round game against Louisville down by 14 points with 15 minutes remaining came back and won that one. Against Mississippi State, they were down 9 and came back to win that one by 15. They are not afraid of a deficit, and they've scored from 8 down to go up by 2 right now.
You mentioned after that Cincy win, they've gotten this run with great defense. That says they've really stepped up. You can see it here, really challenging the perimeter people and have negated the inside people. They're trying to load up, and yet good footwork prevents the entry pass.
Paulino back on the floor now, did a superb job in the first 10 minutes defensively. Getting Paulino out of Los Angeles.
Not attacking right now, but look where they're starting their offense.
Yes.
And down to 9.
7 into the lane. Ivy off the glass, no good. P.J. Tucker, fine play.
One of the terrific offensive rebounders. He's got broad shoulders. He anticipates. He's got a nose for the basketball, and he pursues it with the best of them.
P.J. Tucker grew up in Raleigh, North Carolina, had some academic problems, but then qualified for Texas. He made his mark in his first game, a double, and here is Diedrich Finn for 3.
And a Cole pin. My goodness, what a screen. A roadblock.
Xavier by 3, 2:49 to go first half. Xavier from long range, 5 of 11. There's a foul underneath.
The ability to screen, that was Miles on the foul, but the understanding of when to set the guy up. Just look at this, Vern. I mean, that's, count your chiclets. It's not easy to play this game with those big fellas.
No. Now P.J. Tucker, the freshman, is at the line. Mentioned that he had a double-double in his first 2 games, actually. And then that sensational finish to the win at Providence when Rick Barnes took this Texas team back to the place where he had coached. And, a lot of air. Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, and Seth Davis will get you updated on all the latest tournament news. Plus, we'll have a live look in at the UAB Kansas game and the Singular one-on-one with Billy Packard Trivia Challenge. That's all coming up on Singular at the half.
And Vern, you mentioned that win at Providence. He dribbled the basketball almost the length of the floor. Uncanny for a guy you would assume would just load up on the box, maybe take one bounce and power to the goal. A lot of people were kidding Barnes, saying he wanted a timeout because then he took credit for the victory at the end.
Well, Texas won that one, and then it took more than a couple of minutes to decide whether or not the shot had gotten released before the red light and the horn had sounded. Red light went on and the horn sounded. You knew what I meant.
I do.
That's frightening.
It was well done. As all the officiating makes sure it's correct.
Well, Texas expected to have a decided advantage when it comes to bench scoring. We've mentioned they go 11 deep. 2:28 to go. A 1-point Xavier lead. There's the screen from Cole. Here's Chalmers, quick off the dribble, whips it over to the left side. Santos short.
Nice rebound.
Cole the rebound.
2-3 zone, something they've gone to quite a bit. They got forced a tough shot challenge and get the rebound, Texas.
There's the screen set by Cole again. Nearing the 2-minute mark of the first half. Xavier and Texas.
They like to screen in the box area and then dump it to the corner. There you go.
Jackson, Keith Jackson. Wow. Whoa, Nelly.
Oh. It's not 3rd and long, but they'll take it.
And a foul called on Xavier.
A flash in the post. They had run the baseline consistently to set up their man. Once the ball gets in here, you can see how jumbled up they are. And a good execution, but the ability, the athletic coordination, extraordinary around the rim.
And Kenton Paulino at the line for the Longhorns, a 61% free throw shooter. Texas now 8 of 10 in the first half. And Brad Buckman back on, replacing Jason Klotz. Paulino, one more.
I see Rick Barnes talking to Klotz a little bit about the zone. He was in the middle of the zone. They really, 2 guys attacked the basketball in the lane. That's not good defense. Left the backside open.
39-38. This was the score by which Wake Forest led St. Joe's last night. And then St. Joseph's came on, won it with fine free throw shooting down the stretch. They, of course, will meet Oklahoma State in East Rutherford tomorrow night.
So many competitive games. That was unbelievable, Vern. Nice kick.
Spot up in the corner. Got it.
Distribution. Chambers slides to the baseline. Using the bounce to ecstasy.
That's his second 3. And after he missed his first 5, he is connected on his last 2. 4-point Xavier lead as we near the 1-minute mark.
And no touches in the box area.
Ivy, Buckman.
How about the big guy? Dive into the 10. Drag the D with the bounce, and a good read by Buckman.
Under 50 now. Buckman has 6 points.
And straight up man. Rick Barnes not happy with that 2-3 zone. They didn't execute very well.
Finn, beauty.
Oh my goodness. He's slipping them. Mickey Finn as he gets to the 10. Great use of the bounce.
Time called Xavier.
The new Colorado Z71 with an available 220 horsepower engine.
You're it.
Don't let all that power go to your head. Chevy, an American revolution.
Lionel Chalmers had 31 in the win over Mississippi State. That was on top of a 25-point effort in the first-round win over Louisville. Quite a story. He was a partial qualifier, had to sit out his first year, has graduated now with a degree in communications. Lionel Chalmers from Albany, New York, is in graduate school. And he is the fella given a lot of credit for turning this season around. They lost to George Washington, then lost again to St. Joseph's, and he called his team out.
He was vociferous, wasn't he?
Yes. They won against Cincinnati. He hit the game-winning shot. They won 15-16 since.
He's got a doctorate running the club. I'll tell you, they've been using. They got a 5-second count here, or close to it.
About a 1.5 second different shot clock and game clock. Here's Royale Ivy, guarded by Chalmers.
And Vern, the big thing for Texas is an offensive rebound, so they've got to screen out Xavier, make sure they seal it.
Ivy backs in on Chalmers in the lane.
And they got Chalmers, they're saying. Second one, lifting the arm.
He said he hooked me.
He has been in the right spot, though, either using the dribble himself or sliding to the corner. He began the game trying to ring the bell. It doesn't come easily each evening, particularly when guys are prepared for you.
Now, Royale Ivy at the line shooting 2.
And plenty of time, by the way, 5 seconds to go wire to wire.
Van Mata, 36 years of age. Graduate of Butler. Coached there for 1 year. And in his 3rd season. One of 2. Moreno is going to come on for Paulino now for the Longhorns, as Xavier found themselves down at the 6-minute mark by 8, 30-22. They went on a 10-zip run to get their first lead of the ball game, 32-30. They've led throughout. Oh my goodness.
They are dangerous.
It was Finn who hit the 45-footer against Mississippi State. It was Chalmers who just missed that one. But Xavier closes on a 22-11 run in the last 6 minutes. They go to the halftime break up by 3, trying to get to the Elite 8 for the first time in the history of the basketball program. Xavier 44, Texas 41, as we hit the halftime break and we go to Solomon Wilcox.
Thad Mata, your team was down by 8. You then made your move. You made a nice run. What was the difference?
Well, I think finally we got some stops. You know, right now, I don't know. We're not playing very good defense. We got no awareness off the ball. We're fouling too much. We don't foul this much. And then also we got our offense a little bit more flow and knock a couple shots down.
Yeah, Texas can go 11 deep on their bench. Any concern about your team's stamina down the stretch?
No, I think, you know, with the long timeouts, we'll utilize our timeouts. And hey, there's a lot at stake here right now. We got tough kids. I think they'll be strong enough to make it through.
All right, Coach, thanks for stopping by. Vernabill?
Thanks, Sully. That's the end of the first half with the score 44-41. Xavier, CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship. We'll continue after this message and this word from your local station.
Breakthrough.
CBS Sunday. What if you believed you committed murder?
I think I mowed that poor man down.
Then years later discovered you could be innocent.
What did you see that night?
Something I wish I had. Was this man killed in a car accident or was it something else?
Greg Cardiff wasn't crossing that street. He was lying.
A new cold case, CBS Sunday.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
The new BMW X3, the ultimate driving machine.
Before there's money, there's work.
I think it's very, snug and nest-like. Whoa, this is real linoleum.
I thought so.
Do you travel much?
What?
Oh, well.
We'll take it.
Really? That's great.
LaSalle, the bank that appreciates your hard work.
Now get to your local Pontiac dealer and leave your checkbook at home. Lease any new 2004 Pontiac. With nothing due at signing, no down payment, no security deposit, no first month's payment. That means qualified lessees can lease a 2004 Grand MSC for around $182 a month with nothing due at signing. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees extra. Call for lease details. This offer ends March 31st. See your Chicagoland Pontiac dealer today.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
And welcome back to our studios here in New York and to Singular at the Half. Greg Gumbel with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. Our score at the break, the Musketeers of Xavier by 3. As you take a look at the numbers, anyone wondering whether the Musketeers are real or not, you might ask the Texas Longhorns.
Without question, especially on the glass, they're making threes and eating glass, and that's a winning combination.
You know, we know that Texas is bigger, but rebounding is not just about size. It's also about quickness. And those big front guys, Miles and Dolman, are doing a great job right now.
All right, the game in St. Louis is just about to come out of halftime now, and we'll be joining them shortly. But right now, it's a 56-41 Kansas lead. Wayne Simeon, nice move in the paint, put the Jayhawks up 4.
Then Aaron Miles going to take advantage of an open court situation all the way to the rim. Nice reverse layup. It's a 7-point lead for the Jayhawks. And then Keith Langford going to find Jeff Graves inside. He scores easily. It's a 10-point lead for Kansas. And again, in transition, not a good job there by UAB, and Kansas makes them pay.
Kansas is just doing everything right. Aaron Miles loses his man, gets the bucket, increased the Jayhawks lead to 30-19. They lead it 56-41 at halftime. And as we said, that second half about to get underway, and as soon as it does, we will take you out there for some additional live action. Time now for the Singular One-on-One with Billy Packer Trivia Challenge. Which coach has won the most NCAA tournament games? John Wooden, Bob Knight, or Dean Smith? For a chance to win a trip to the Final Four, send a text message to 26222 or log on to cbssportsline.com/2NCAA. We'll have the answer during halftime of our late games tonight. Speaking of those late games, here they are. In St. Louis, Nevada and Georgia Tech. Our approximate tip time is 9:40 Eastern. And then Atlanta, we'll see number 5 Illinois and top seed Duke. That'll tip close to 10 p.m. Eastern time. Meanwhile, as we said, the game that is now just coming out of halftime, Alabama-Birmingham trailing Kansas 56-41. Let's take you out to the Edward Jones Dome in St. Louis. Second half action about to commence. We join Gus Johnson and Len Elmore live.
(56-41) our score. Kansas with the lead, and the Jayhawks playing excellent basketball, both offensively and defensively.
Well, they're certainly executing a game plan. Attack the rim. Look at the field goal percentage right there. Points in the paint, 30. Wayne Simeon with 19 points in 13 minutes. And if UAB is going to make a run, they've got to get this young man started. He's been the focal point of their success in this tournament thus far. In the first 2 games, you take a look at those numbers here. Tonight, thoroughly frustrated by the Kansas defense. Really hasn't had very many open looks.
Ready to start the second half. And Kansas has the ball. Langford, Giddens, Miles, Simeon, and Graves. Finley, Ettins, Squeaky Johnson, Ball, and Gabe Kennedy. Inside, Simeon with an excellent first half. 19 points. Graves short-armed it. Loose. And Ettins comes out of the pack. Finley missed his first shot of the second half.
Boy, he needs those. That's one of the few open looks he's gotten.
Graves there for the follow on the Giddens miss.
And today the tables have been turned. It's been Kansas that's gotten some of the transition buckets.
Foul inside, looks like Graves.
That was the 10th Kansas fast break point. UAB known for their fast break capability, only 2 on the evening.
And Padgett quickly comes into the game. Graves picks up his 3rd. And Ball inbounds it on the baseline inside. Ettins jump hook and the beautiful touch. Can UAB come back in this game?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is a team that's got quick strike capability, but it's all about creating turnovers, getting the ball in transition, and then doing what they're most comfortable doing, moving the ball, getting the open threes, slashing to the basket.
Inside. And Simeon is fouled.
But as long as Kansas can continue to get the ball into Wayne Simeon, as they have thus far, they're in good shape. And we mentioned before, Simeon in the first half, 19 big points, 13 minutes, limited by freak foul problems. But when he's in there, he is the focal point of that offense. If they can't get to the rim, they're reversing the ball. They're going straight into the big fella.
So Simeon also excellent tonight from the free throw line, 8 of 9, 6 of 7 from the field. Playing with a groin injury. That's been a nagging injury most of the year. And he now has 21 points, 60-43. Kansas inside Kennedy, lays it in. What's the strategy for a team that's down 60-45 trying to get back into the game?
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to try to cut it to at least 10 or below double digits by 10 minutes left in this ball game. And then with the quick strike capability, you want to start creating some turnover situations. And with Kansas, because of their lack of depth, you want to continue to try to wear them down.
Make sure you vote for your starting guards on the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team. You can cast your ballot now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac. So the UAB Blazers have to reach down deep. They scored a huge upset, knocking off Kentucky in their last game. Giddens inside, the freshman. Great catch on the inbounds pass. But they're going to have to find a way to get back into this game. Kansas is playing a flawless game thus far.
And thus far in the second half, UAB's been able to establish their inside game with Kennedy. Now they got to kind of work inside out, make sure Finley gets opportunity.
Ball tipped up and in on the Finley miss by Sidney Ball. Ball, a senior from Duncanville, Alabama. Now UAB in a zone. Giddens got it.
And Gus, as soon as they went to the zone, Kansas spread the floor. And that forced UAB to make a decision. Do they honor Simeon inside, or do they cover the jump shooters? They decide to sag back, and Giddens with the open look.
Here's Edens now across the lane and is fouled. And that may be Paget. And it is, and that's his second. Paget's father played at Nevada, and he was the freshman all-time leading scorer for freshman year, and he put up a lot of points. And now his son at Kansas. And young David Paget, good blocking shots on the season, 44. As Edens misses the first. Next Friday on CBS, find out why Joan of Arcadia is the most original new show this season. Don't miss a new episode next Friday at 8/7 Central here on CBS, America's most watched network. Second free throw for Edens is good. 1 of 2 from the line, 65-48.
UAB calling off the pressure right now. They have to play solid half-court defense. Playing the zone right now, looking to try to string together some stops and convert on the other end.
Edens, the dribble drive and kick. Has it in the corner. Paget goes over. Finds Simeon, misses, and draws a foul. There's that size of the Jayhawks.
The long and the short of it, Paget at 6'11". Just reached right over Squeaky Johnson at 5'9". And then a nice interior pass to Simeon. One of the few times he hasn't been able to connect from the field.
There's your score, 65-48. We will keep you updated as things progress. Thank you for joining us here on Singular at the Half. We'll send you back to Atlanta for second half action after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular Wireless, the wireless company that fits you best.
I pull for the underdog. I yell at the coaches, blast the refs. I pray, curse, cry. I will drop down on my knees and beg for a three-pointer from half court.
Play your way to the NCAA Final Four with Singular. You can be entered weekly for a trip for two every time you send and receive a text, instant, or a multimedia message, and every time you download games and ringtones. The more you do, the better your chances.
Yeah, baby.
Play your way to the NCAA Final Four. Another way Singular fits you best.
So you've seen the car. What do you think?
I'm going to show you a figure. And let me know if we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event. Get huge savings on a huge selection of 2004 Mazdas. Get up to $2,500 cash back or choose 0.0% APR financing for 60 months, plus a $500 bonus through Mazda American Credit Financing. See your Mazda dealer for a test drive. Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event ends March 31st.
Enjoy the month-long crazy ride with CBS Sports and Coca-Cola.
It's going down, because we around. We run the shit. Now we gotta go out and play. We can get the drama popping real.
Be a warrior and make history.
come here to come close, and we came here to win the game.
There are two sides to me. The all-conference catcher side, that's my tough side. And the side of me studying for a career in marine mammal rescue, that's my soft side. I'm finding I really need both sides to be the whole person that I want to be.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
You can help fight AIDS. Learn more.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Kansas with the 67-48 lead on UAB. We'll keep you updated. We'll send you back to Atlanta. Second half action right after this.
Any driver can recognize their own car. But how many cars can recognize their driver? Smart key technology from Lexus.
With Celebrex, I will no longer give in to the joint pain of osteoarthritis.
With Celebrex, I will not stop at 9 when I really want to play 18.
These are just a few of the 23 million people who have discovered Celebrex. Celebrex's proven strength. In fact, doctors prescribe Celebrex more than any other brand. Just one Celebrex provides up to 24 hours of relief from the pain of osteoarthritis. One pill, 24 hours.
With Celebrex, I will not settle for part-time relief.
Celebrex should not be taken if you've had aspirin-sensitive asthma or allergic reactions due to aspirin or other arthritis medicines or certain drugs called sulfonamides. In rare cases, serious stomach problems such as bleeding can occur without warning. Tell your doctor if you have kidney or liver problems.
If you're struggling with joint pain, maybe you should stop trying to manage it by yourself. Ask your doctor about Celebrex. Take control of your joint pain with the proven strength of Celebrex.
With Celebrex, I will not give in.
Quick, in the top 5 water polo players in the world. Okay, how about 1? Yeah. I didn't start playing water polo to get famous. And the same goes for being a biology major. I like working in protein chemistry. Quick, in the top 5 protein chemists in the world.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
CSI's next murder suspect will leave you wondering if pure evil really exists. He felt like he was on fire. A new episode Thursday.
Halftime in Atlanta. Romain Sato and Justin Dolman have helped give Xavier the lead. You're watching our exclusive coverage of the NCAA Basketball Championship.
He was brought over from the dark side.
Something may have come through. Hellboy.
But a secret government agency raised him to fight for our side.
He's born a demon, but you will help him to become a man.
Now, evil has something to fear. One of its own.
Skip to the end. How do I kill it?
Hellboy. Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere, April 2nd.
Colorado Z71 with an available 220 horsepower engine.
You're it.
Don't let all that power go to your head. Chevy, an American revolution.
Catch CSI Miami, Mondays on CBS. It's all here.
Introducing the technologically advanced Acura TL. You could stop. You just don't want to.
Mankind's greatest invention? Fire was clever. Ah!
the telephone,
the automobile,
and the DVD. But wouldn't it be great if you could record on this?
Presenting the Panasonic DVD recorder.
My shows, my home movies, even my photos.
The incomparable picture, sound, and ease of DVD. Now yours with total control recording to watch whatever, whenever you want.
Now this is genius.
The DVD recorder from Panasonic. Ideas for life.
Dodge does trucks like nobody else. During Dodge Truck Month, grab the Hemi-powered Ram 1500, the Ram Heavy-Duty Cummins 600 Turbo Diesel, and more. With some of our best deals, like up to $3,500 cash allowance or 0% financing, plus an additional $1,000 truck month bonus on select Rams, and our 770 Powertrain Limited Warranty. Powerful trucks, powerful offers during Dodge Truck Month. And now you've got 7 days to deal. March in and drive out with 0 down and make no monthly payments for 6 months. See your Dodge dealer now.
For the Kansas University basketball team, practicing for the next big game is a way of life. For the past 20 years, KU has also conducted a basketball clinic that enables Special Olympians to practice their skills against the team. Because with a little help, the Special Olympians' dreams can become a reality.
Everyone on this team really enjoys working with kids. It's just a great experience to just teach and learn and have fun with the game of basketball rather than be so serious about it.
At Microsoft, we see your potential. We're inspired to create software that helps you reach it. CBS Sports' exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Enterprise Rent-A-Car, TGI Fridays, Miller, and by Pontiac.
Halftime in Atlanta, the Georgia Dome. Xavier up by 3. Let's break it down statistically as we get set for the second 20 minutes of action. Both teams shooting the ball well, 51%, 46. Xavier has had the better of it from beyond the arc, 6 of 13 for the Musketeers. And they've also led the way in second chance points. And Bill, both teams have done a terrific job of protecting the ball. Look at this. How about that? Unbelievable. And you think the ability of the open floor, there would be more turnovers, but solid play, maybe some sort of a record, Vern, but 2 each. The big thing, Rick Barnes has to stop dribble penetration. That's been their big concern. And how about this? Texas with 41 rebounds per game and an edge of 7 per game, down 7 in this ball game. Tells you the different complexion each evening, particularly when Xavier's starting to make shots, dribble, drive, kick, and attacking the glass. Now here's Dolman, who had the big first half. The freshman out of Union, Kentucky, puts it in the hands of Diedrich Finn. And there's the entry pass. Oh, my goodness. Sato thought there was going to be a cut from Miles, and he didn't get there. Well, I thought, and you thought, and who thought what? You know, one of those deals. Just so you should have gone up stronger. That's what the big guys do. They make you change the type of shot. Button, who's got the button? There's Finn going for the steal. They kick it left side, does Ivy. Looks inside for Klotz. Got that jump hook. Off the glass and good. He's got a turnaround jumper, too. Klotz, a guy that didn't get many touches earlier. Maybe that's the philosophy espoused this half. Junior out of Klein Forest High School in Houston, Jason Klotz. 1-point game. Here's Sato, guarded by Royale, Ivy, a couple of seniors. And foul called on Ivy. Let's check in with Solomon Wilcox.
Yeah, guys, at halftime, I talked to Texas head coach Rick Barnes. He said that he's most concerned about how much damage Xavier is doing in the low post areas. You guys talked about the second chance points where Xavier leads 11-2. He said it's the most significant thing in this game. They didn't expect to be out-rebounded by the Xavier Musketeers.
That's generally their operation. Banging the glass, banging bodies, and Sato that time pushed it the other end, maybe a little bit frustrated. But Rick's guys are usually physical, Solomon. Attack people, attack the glass, get their own opportunities. That last foul on Romain Sato, his second, a chance for Texas to reclaim the lead. And they're going inside. Klotz again. Little soft off the glass, too short. Chased down, picked up by Xavier. Chalmers. Sato. How about that? Numbers, and they get a chance for 3, Vern. Nice job by Chalmers. Gave it up on the right angle. Klotz with great hustle doesn't come up with it. We can just hear it looks like no break, but nobody retreating in the middle for Texas. And Chalmers with the nice protection. Get your guy the ball nice and early. You turn that corner. You can see the sprint as he gets to the rim. Sato completes the 3-point play, and Xavier goes up by 4. Here's Ivy. Brad Buckman at the free throw line. Back outside and reload. High pick and roll. Brandon Mouton, the switch for Dolman.
Nice
and
pass.
Klotz underneath. He goes where a fadeaway, and a foul is called.
Dolman with the right out. That's number 3, I believe. And that's what the bigs will do. This is a little different physical presence. Now, Klotz has gotten a couple of touches. He's developed an offensive game. Chris Mim and he in the summer worked out against one another. He's perfected the jump hook. We saw the turnaround jump shot. He's a much tougher guy in the low post now.
Here's Paulino. And the switch, Miles. Klotz goes deep, and Miles gets back.
They're going to have to double Sohn.
Sato goes for the double. Fade away, not there. Rebound, Ivy muscles his way up, out of bounds, and touched last by Texas.
Just stepping it up, though. That's something you're going to take the game to the opponent right now.
Xavier, Diedrich Finn started 49 games in a row and was made into a 6th man. Gave way to Klotz. That's off the mark. Dolman.
Hey, they do a nice job. The dribble that Finn just blows by, and the guy guarding Dolman has to retreat. He got a great look. He ought to step in even on that particular play. Klotz couldn't seal the deal.
Dolman will inbound. And does to Sato. Chalmers. Ivy off the springboard to get the rebound.
Love when your guards come down and get a rebound for you and knock it down at the other end. Nobody stepped up. Terrific opportunity to go by Royale. Ivy.
18-footer out of Queens, New York, where he played at Cardozo High School. 47-45. Opening moments of the second half. Xavier and Texas meeting in the NCAAs for the 2nd time ever. They met last in 1990. Texas won that one in this same round.
Klotz did a great job in the low post on Miles.
Back outside, little yo-yo. The dish goes to Miles. No foul. Shot short and Klotz for Texas.
A lot of white shirts around.
Here comes Paulino. 17 to go. 47-45 Xavier. They trailed by as many as 8 and then went on a 10-0 run. Here's Klotz again, short with a shot. Finn, alley-oop.
Pretty look.
The follow not there either. They missed them both.
Great effort negated.
Mouton gets it back. Paulino spots up for 3. In and out. Here comes Xavier.
And Dolman very effective with that point forward mentality.
This for 3.
Oof. They've had some good runs and good looks.
Paulino, Dolman.
Ooh,
number 4.
Oh, does that hurt? Nice hesitation dribble. Took the bait, lurched forward, and just did. Oh, does that hurt their cause right now? That little hesitation brings your weight forward, and the big fella not used to guarding smalls that far away from the rim.
Outstanding freshman who's had a terrific game. 10 points and 5 rebounds, and now has to sit at the 16-23 mark. Brandon Cole on.
Cole giving Miles a little blow too.
And here's Cage, who's back on replacing Dolman. Moreno guarded by Chalmers. 47-45 Xavier. P.J. Tucker backs in, turnaround jumper. Texas can't hit. The tip no good. Rebound Mouton. Wide open 3, got it.
And Boddicker deserves a lot. He's the one that kept that alive, got inside. This is the small lineup they go to. They got Tucker being the post guy, and the power forward is Boddicker, who drifts from the 10.
Texas back on top. And another little.
Oh my goodness.
What do you call it? What do you call it?
Nickel dime for those of you who went to McCrory's for your Easter suits. Oh, save the P and the whistle, but Mouton on the money from deep, all because of the aggressive play inside, the kick out, and the knockdown. Mouton.
So, your new friend is cold filtered?
I'm sorry, I thought you liked smooth beer. This isn't about me.
That's right, it's not. It's about me and my beer.
What happened to your old beer? We all got along. I liked
Then
it.
you drink it, Dad. Did you ever think I might need flavor and smoothness? Who's up for more?
I don't need to listen to this.
I've tried it. It's good.
Come back soon?
As soon as I can.
I'll use my miles card. I'll use my miles card. I'm back.
With most miles programs, it takes a long time to earn a free flight.
All these years.
And you never got a Capital One card?
Introducing no hassle rewards from Capital One. Free flights start at 9,000 miles with no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet?
Don't ask.
Isaiah!
Alcindor.
Bryce.
Hurley. Calvin Hayes. Patrick Ewing.
You decide the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team at ncaasports.com/Pontiac and register for your chance to win 4 tickets to the 2005 Men's Final Four and a 2004 Pontiac GTO.
I've been to Reno, Chicago, Fargo, Minnesota, Buffalo, Toronto, Winslow, Sarasota, Wichita, Tulsa, Ottawa, Oklahoma, Tampa, Panama, Mattawa, La Paloma, Bangor, Baltimore, Salvador, Amarillo, Tocopilla, Barranquilla, and Padilla. I'm a killer. I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere.
After 2 separate stays at any Comfort Inn, Comfort Suites, Quality, Sleep Inn, Clearing, or Mainstay Suites, you'll earn a free night with Choice Privileges. The more you stay, the more you earn. For reservations or more details, visit choicehotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Should it be illegal for an athlete to play in the pros because he has a bionic eye?
One inning. It's my dream. I'll get you there.
A new Century City, CBS Saturday.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Kansas continues to play exceptionally well. They lead UAB by 20. Let's get you back to Atlanta and rejoin Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Texas in the Sweet 16 for the 3rd consecutive year under Rick Barnes. They've reclaimed the lead at 48-47, trying to get back into the Final Four, of course, for the 2nd consecutive year. Rick Barnes out of Hickory, North Carolina. Graduated from Lenore-Rhine in 1977 and in his 6th season with the Longhorns. Here's Sato off the dribble. The double comes from Mouton. That leaves Finn open, and he's off the front rim. And Chalmers tracks it down.
The little guys really do a nice job getting kick-out passes. I love when they turn the corner. It really opens things up for the shooters. Here's their curl and the side pick and roll.
Sato guarded by Ivy. Entry pass, Cole, too strong. There's Justin Cage, and one.
Terrific body rub. I don't know if they give this to Tucker in there. He was on the rear, sort of slapped at the basketball, but they've had some opportunities, Xavier. They haven't been able to convert. This is one of them. They've really come out running the break, taking advantage when they can. You just see all the bodies underneath. It's a smaller lineup right now for Texas. They took advantage.
Here's Justin Cage. Out of Pike High School in Indianapolis, Indiana. Mr. Basketball last season. And it's a 2-point Xavier lead, 15-10 to go in the ball game.
Nice denial. Oh, my goodness.
Diedrich Finn knocks it out of bounds.
Oh, Ivy's got to go without him. Moreno can't be that free with the basketball.
Now Chalmers backs off. And Moreno gets it in the hands. There's the entry pass inside. P.J. Tucker. Oh, tough shot.
He is alone in there.
Wow.
Oh, he really carves out some space, and then a little kiss delivery to boot.
Tucker with 8. Tied at 50. Sato. Well, appropriate. Here we are, 50-50 with 14:45 to go. The seniors for both these teams have collectively won 98 games for their respective schools.
Well,
98.
Speaks great of those guys and what they've been able to accomplish. Ooh, I thought he could have done some damage there, Kate.
Sato, one of the seniors, not there. Cole, another board offensively.
I'll tell you, you don't hear that much against Texas, and he did the right thing. Was out of position, kicked it back, new clock.
Offensive rebounds, 14-5.
And Tucker gets called for this one. Not a bad idea, though. He went to help out. He's got to control himself.
Make sure you vote for your starting guards on the Pontiac All-Time Tournament team. You can cast your ballot now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
Well, you better have some speed out there right now, Vern. The reaction of the guards on denial, on dribble drive is extraordinary.
Chalmers, Finn, Sato, Justin Cage, and Miles on the floor for the Musketeers at Xavier.
And Ivy with Sato, one of the great defenders in the country. Sato's got to really move, use his screens if he's going to get free.
Chalmers. There's the help from Boddicker. And it's tipped out and tracked down again by Xavier.
Great job saving opportunities.
Into the corner, Chalmers on the baseline. Back around again.
Nice offense. Nice defensive maneuver. Was that extraordinary? The accolades attributed to his defensive wizardry are well deserved. Right here, you can be moving and be in position. Terrific call, and Sato somewhat frustrated, but when you're playing a guy like this, you really got to be in total control of your body distribution.
Well, I am reminded watching Royale Ivy that he originally was a dance major at Cardozo High School. He did a little jazz, a little modern jazz,
a little hip-hop. And he did
ballet.
He did it for 4 years.
Yes, he did.
Most kids bail out after one, I was told. Took the heat, but maybe that's the footwork, and Mouton takes it to the rim.
Offensive board for Texas. On the floor, out of bounds, touch last. Mouton.
I believe it. Yep.
Now Xavier not deep. They've got Dolman. He had to sit down at 16-23 with his fourth. Cage and Sato play with 3.
Now this small lineup can drive you into fits. I mean, just here, the blow by, you're going to get a good look.
Sato.
There you go. Just relax. Make Ivy help a little bit. Give you some room.
At the other end, Ivy kicked it. Chalmers all the way.
And a foul, too. Well, turnovers, there were only 2 in the first half. They can destroy your flow. A counter by Ivy to kick away. And this team responds in the open floor. They've got good foot speed and the protection of the ball here. Nice job, got it to the right hand, felt the pressure on his left, and a chance for 3.
And the foul on Brandon Mouton, his 3rd for Texas. And Chalmers at the line.
Texas substitution number 13.
Mouton will sit. Sid Mill-Harris is back on for the Longhorns.
Now, you can't give a team like Xavier. They now feel very confident. A little bit like Alabama. They get their legs. They start making shots. The energy level rises. And I just think their aggressiveness on the glass has given them great opportunities, and it's toughened up their defense.
Chalmers, a 70% free throw shooter, misses that opportunity to go up by 6. In the first half, Texas led 30-22. Xavier went on a 10-0 run. There's a dish and another turnover.
And they got numbers.
Texas has gotten sloppy. Here's Sato off the glass and good.
What a great look. Nice old-time bounce pass. We can relate. Give me some of that old-time religion. Put it on the deck.
The Saturn Ion with dent-resistant side panels. Saturn. People first.
Magna cum laudes, Rhodes Scholars, academic laureates. Hardly. And do you, someone like Tracy McGrady, can expand his horizons and experience the things he missed by not playing college basketball, like getting showered with gifts. You too can enjoy all Do You offers. Just drink Dew, collect points, log on to DoYou.com, and redeem them for great Dew gear.
I can do that.
Hardly.
This is Wendy's headquarters, and they sent me a letter. Dear Mr. Wendy, that's me. Thanks for your kind words. Yes, Wendy's hamburgers are delicious because we make them fresh when you order them. And you're right, our classic double with cheese does rock, especially the combo. But to your self-appointed title of Mr. Wendy unofficial spokesman, our lawyers insist that you cease and desist from representing us.
That's him.
It's corporate speak for keep up the good work.
Hey, you! Wendy's Classic Hamburgers. It's better here. Hey!
If you want to color your world, you can. If you want to make your part of the great outdoors truly great, you can. And you can get started today at the Home Depot or Expo. Because right now you'll get 10% off your first purchase when you open up a new credit card account. You can save up to $200. You can indulge your inner gourmet. You can live in the home of your dreams without moving. And you can save 10% when you open a new account. The Home Depot. You can do it, we can help.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Wendy's and by the Home Depot.
Musketeers have scored 7 in 40 seconds. Fueled in part by 2 sloppy plays by Texas. Brandon Kroll getting a little attention on his leg during the timeout. And let's set the 5 on the floor for Texas. It's Klotz and Paulino, Royale Ivy, P.J. Tucker, and Sid Mill Harris. And this is Paulino who brings it up. He's guarded by Lionel Chalmers. There's the switch. Miles trying to get back and does.
And this is where they usually go inside Texas when they need a basket.
There's Klotz calling for it.
Terrific pressure on the perimeter.
Screen from P.J. Tucker, Royale Ivy, and the pass to Klotz.
A reset, nice job.
Little jump hook, didn't get the bounce. Ball's on the floor, and P.J. Tucker comes out with it.
That's what they've got to do, get second opportunities and don't turn it over, leading to Xavier fast breaks.
Underneath, threw it away.
And you know, it's a nice look, but Tucker locked in at the box area. He's got to step to the rim. Xavier on fire.
For the individuals who come together for a common goal. You tame the elusive beast of time and space, bringing together offices from every corner of the globe, working in real time, as if shoulder to shoulder. You have the new Microsoft Office system. Go team.
Think he's good enough to make the Pontiac all-time tournament team? You decide at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
Critics are calling Taking Lives the best film of its type since Silence of the Lambs. Hitchcock would be proud. You'll be guessing all the way till the end, and you'll still be wrong. Taking Lives, rated R, now playing.
Roundup knocks out weeds in 24 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Roundup Fast Act Foam knocks out weeds in 24 hours.
Thursday, a bizarre twist will drive one castaway to do the unbelievable.
The next move is going to have serious consequences.
A new Survivor All-Stars on its regular night, Thursday.
Welcome back to Atlanta. I'm Solomon Wilcox. You know, Xavier got off to a slow start this season, starting out with a 10-9 record. And during those early struggles, Thad Matta's biggest concern was that his team really didn't come out and play hard each and every night, especially in those games away from the glare of the television spotlight. Well, really, Showtime started in their annual crosstown shootout against the Cincinnati Bearcats and in the A-10 tournament. They have since won 15 of their last 16 games. And Matta, he wishes they could be more consistent each and every night, but really, when you have guys that that come out and play in big games like this, guys, it ain't a bad problem to have.
Solly, you're right. And among the other contributions for this team this year, they won the Atlantic 10 tournament with 4 victories in 4 days. Only the 9th team in NCAA history to ever do that. And among those victories was an 87-67 win over the Hawks of St. Joseph's.
Thumping. They really outplayed them. That was a magnificent win, and they can guard. That's the big thing, and these little guys can get to the rim and do the damage. I mean, that's just unbelievable. Chalmers and Finn, either one to the 10.
Largest lead of the ball game now for either team. As Chalmers, who was 0 for 5 to start the game, and we were talking about the unexpected advantage that the backcourt of Texas had. And boy, that has been negated now. Here's Mouton off the glass.
Right, that was that 2-3 matchup. A nice read by Mouton. Good action in the post area. Opened up the lane for him.
Mouton, one of the 4 seniors for Texas with 15 points. There's the kick out into the corner. Sato, he's got 19. He misses that one. Texas wants to run. Paulino will take it all the way, and a block foul is called on Justin Cage.
I think his ability to slide to the left drew the attention of the official. But that's what they need, some easy baskets right now, Texas. They're on the rope simply because they haven't been able to defend the perimeter people. And unfortunately, Cage with his 4th foul trying to pick up the block.
And Xavier already has Dolman on the bench with 4 fouls. He's been there for 6 minutes. Paulino shoots one more. Sunday on CBS, see why Cold Case is television's most watched new drama. Don't miss a new episode of Cold Case Sunday at 8, 7 Central on CBS, America's most watched network. 6-point margin, 10:43 to go. Duke and Illinois meet here next. The winners advance to Sunday's regional final in the Atlanta Regional. Well, the backcourt. Chalmers, Finn, Sato.
Pretty much take your choice. I mean, on runouts, they've been extraordinary, finding people, finishing around the rim. They've been aggressive defensively, and we can relate. Our coaches made us do that 40 or 50 years ago. Put it on the floor, make it catchable. You can see the numbers. And then throw Finn in with the solid defense and run out. This team right now doing what they want at the mercy, really. Texas defense is not able to contain them.
Last foul was Texas's 7th. And 1-1 for Lionel Chalmers. 31 points against Mississippi State. 25 in the first round game against Louisville. He's into double figures. He's got 11 in this one after that slow start.
And Vern, you talk about defense. They've been able to play St. Joe's perimeter people head up. I mean, that tells you a lot about their containment and their understanding of taking away dribble lanes and being aggressive on deep shooters. And that's a dilemma. Texas is going to have to go deep and often.
8-point margin. Well, Rick Stansbury, Mississippi State, told Thad Matta after this Xavier team knocked Mississippi State out last weekend. And here's Cage. And that's it. That's 5 fouls on the freshman from Indianapolis, Justin Cage.
He was trying to get around in front. And obviously some hand checking as he got around. What a shame. 2 tough calls against him right down the stretch. And they're going to go to Dolman. Why not? 10-20 left. And they played well without Dolman, Vern.
And Dolman's coming back with 4. Well, Solly mentioned that 10-9 start for this team. They lost at George Washington, then they lost at Dayton. Thad Matta made a change. He put Justin Cage in the starting lineup, put Diedrich Finn on the bench, and had started 2 freshmen for the last 16 games. There's a tip. Texas trying to keep it alive. Klotz has it. Back to Mouton. And Boddicker can can that 3, but this one's short.
Just didn't have the legs.
Dolman. 8-point game as we near the midway point of the second half.
And Dolman and Cage embraces the 1 went out. And I thought that Christmas Eve they're shooting in the middle of the evening. The 2 freshmen. So that's the kind of attitude these guys possess. Blend them in with these solid backcourt guys. You got a winner.
Back to Finn and back inside Miles. Rejected by Klotz. The rebound, another offensive board. And it's a 10-point game.
He just gets great angles and then has the body to push you a little deeper.
Cage has fouled out. Dolman plays with 4. But Xavier leads by 10.
And look at Miles just zoning up. Nobody's going to get to the rim. Klotz has got to keep him active or find the passing lane.
P.J. Tucker short again. Offensive board, Bouton, good.
And they're going to have to be bully-like right now, I think, Texas. They can't be dainty every opportunity. But don't forget, if they don't get the glass, Xavier has the ability to push it the other end. The second chance point's amazing.
Underneath. Miles, no. Here comes Texas. That's for 3.
That's it. Now he had his legs. He was set. You called it. The open look, the good acknowledgement. Terrific understanding by Royal Ivy on the money.
Xavier calls time. The 10-point lead has been cut in half as Boddicker cans one from downtown.
So you've seen the car. What do you think?
I'm going to show you a figure. And let me know if we can make it happen.
Yeah, we can do that.
It's Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event. Get huge savings on a huge selection of 2004 Mazdas. Get up to $2,500 cash back or choose 0.0% APR financing for 60 months, plus a $500 bonus through Mazda American Credit Financing. See your Mazda dealer for a test drive. Mazda's Spring Into Motion sales event ends March 31st.
Thus far, St. Joseph's and Alabama have advanced to the Elite 8. Big 12 has 3 teams remaining. Atlantic 10, 2 of them, one of which is playing here in Atlanta. As the Xavier Musketeers are trying to advance to the Elite 8 for the first time ever. They led by as many as 10 just a moment ago. But a very thin bench, a very short bench, and they've got foul problems.
Yeah, they sure do. It might necessitate more zone. But sometimes when you do go zone, it takes away that free-wheeling offensive maneuver, and you get a little lethargic defensively. It spills over to the other end.
There's the screen set by Cole. Dolman looks inside, gives it off to Romain Sato. Back to Chalmers. 8:20. Chalmers, there's Buckman. And the ball's on the floor, picked up again. 4 on the shot clock, 3. They're not aware. Now they are.
It didn't hit.
And it did not hit the rim. It's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, Thad Matta was over there screaming, cajoling. And Chalmers obviously didn't hear him. He would have made a better, quicker move.
Thad Matta, 36 years of age. In his 3rd year as the head coach at Xavier. Replaced Skip Prosser when Prosser decided to move into the ACC at Wake Forest.
And here's the 2-3 right now. The key is rebound. If you're saying little guys have to go down and help.
Ivy. There's Buckman setting the screen, the switch. Now Cole gets back inside on Brad Buckman, who wants the ball. Ivy drives the dish underneath.
And there's the stud on
Tucker
the
with a
side.
putback.
He's
yes.
unbelievable. Carves that area, puts those shoulders to work, and then finishes the deal.
Texas has carved 7 off the 10-point deficit. Here's Sato. Dietrich Finn.
Yes! Oh my goodness, how about him? Hide and seek behind the high-five man. They use that ball screen beautifully.
Sophomore from Newburgh, Indiana. Ends the Texas run at 7. And we have 7 remaining. Luton, Ivy, Boddicker, Buckman, and P.J. Tucker on the floor for Texas. Nice. Deep entry pass. There he is again. This one no good. Tipped. Cole has it for Xavier. Whoops.
Move away. Get out of the dressing room. The big fella's got it.
Now Dietrich Finn on the floor with Sato, Chalmers, Dolman, and Brandon Cole.
They got the offensive foul on Cole. I think fatigue was part of that, but that's one of those, I don't know. They've been running that play all evening long, using that 5-man to come up and just free these quick-footed. How about Hyde behind the high five, knock it down, confident in the backcourt.
Putnam Investments, every hour of every day is dedicated to a team approach to money management. We put some of the best and brightest together with one mission: you. At Putnam Investments, we urge you to consider the investment objective, risks, charges, and fees for any fund. Ask your financial advisor or plan sponsor for a prospectus containing this and other information. Read it carefully before you invest.
In national taste tests, more families preferred the taste of Casey Masterpiece Original Barbecue Sauce over Kraft Original. Casey Masterpiece Barbecue Sauce. When it comes to taste, it's the clear winner.
Come on, come on. The fact is, all light beers are low in carbs.
Feel good, don't it? This is for you and your crew, the ones that's true, always love you, no matter what you do.
Choose on taste. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
All cars have headlights to illuminate the road ahead, but Lexus has developed a headlight that actually rotates up to 15 degrees to reveal what's around the bend before you get to the bend. What kind of a difference can 15 degrees make? A very noticeable one.
It's all here on CBS, the most watched new drama, the most watched new comedy, and the most watched drama on television. Thanks for making CBS America's most watched network.
Check the third line on this game summary. 16-10 offensive rebounds. Bill, I'm just shocked. I think more by that stat than anything.
Flabbergasted, really, but it's a tribute to the hustle, the enthusiasm, being in position, the aggressive play of Xavier. Texas is starting to bully a little, be more physical. They're trying to do anything, chase it, shoot it quick, and go get it. That's part of their philosophy right now. Thad Matta's guys have played terrific defense. They mixed it up. They're going to the 2-3 most often now because of necessity.
3 lead changes. At the 6-minute mark of the first half, Texas was up by 8, 30-22. Xavier went on a 10-0 run, claimed a lead, then lost the lead back. Their largest margin has been 10.
They're really jamming it in, trying to play the passing lanes in the 3-second lane. You got to acknowledge Boddicker on the other side.
There's the jumper from the corner. It's good inside the arc. That's for 2.
And I do a nice job just creating a little space by getting 2 guys to pinch him.
Brandon Mouton, the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana. They call him Grandpa.
Imagine what they'd call us.
On the baseline, kick it out in the corner. Nice ball rotation. Off the mark. Tipped.
Look at this hustle.
And here's Texas. P.J. Tucker with a leak out. Mouton up. Finger roll.
I'll tell you what, Grandpa did a pretty good job that time. Oh, goodness. What great effort on that rebound.
Mouton with 21, 9 of 14. In the corner, Finn.
And they go this way, over the top.
Texas ball. Mouton.
Just all-out effort. I think he did the right thing. He had Tucker, as you mentioned, on the wing. Why not take it yourself? Little discard, solid play with experience.
21 points for the senior tonight. Royale Ivy, another senior, walks it up. Brian Boddicker.
And the 2 bigs loaded up in the box area.
Boddicker and Buckman. Buckman skip pass outside.
Big thing is Tucker rebounding.
They got Boddicker with a push.
Or Buckman, I'm not sure which. Both of them were down there, Vern. But you got to hit the rim. That gives Tucker a chance.
And it was Buckman, you're right. Your eyes...
they were both in the area.
Better than mine.
You know, this team under Rick Barnes has been in so many close games. Of course, their conference dictates that. They know how to win at the end of games, but the dilemma is preventing these quick guys from turning the corner. I don't think they've seen this ability to find and kick to an open shooter.
Sato shoots one more. He is 7 of 8 from the line tonight. And that pushes Xavier back to a 3-point lead. Sato with 21 points. Musketeers over the Longhorns by 4 with 4:45 to go in Atlanta. Texas trying to get to the Elite Eight and return to the Final Four for the second consecutive year. Xavier has never been beyond this stage of the tournament.
Chalmers with great hustle went all the way from the right wing to the corner to guard. Mouton, what a solid play.
Buckman being harassed from the back. Here's Boddicker. Sato's out on him. Buckman on the line. Nope.
Pretty aggressive move as he turned the corner. You know, Boddicker's got to be ready to shoot on that kick-out pass. Get those legs set. They've got the two big guys under the rim. That's what they want. Spotting up to rebound.
Xavier foul on number 24.
Foul is on Miles, number 24. Dolman back in. And at the line, Brad Buckman.
Xavier substitution, number 15, Justin Dolman. Brad Buckman at the line, shooting.
Sophomore from Austin Westlake. His dad, Brent, member of the NCAA championship golf teams. And boy, that one thudded in 71 and 72 with a couple of guys named Kite and Crenshaw. Thursday on CBS, TV's most watched drama returns. Don't miss an all-new CSI Thursday here on CBS, America's most watched network.
And think of a long day for Kite and Crenshaw and Buckman if Barnes joins them in the foursome. His dad, of course, runs the golf activities at Rick's Club.
Spanish Oaks in Austin. Now they hold cards up for the offensive set that Thad Matta wants to run over on the sideline.
You know why I never did that? I'd hold the play up, guy shoot a 30-footer. And here they got the little bang, the hand check, and that's the frustration that far from the goal with the little guy. Mouton.
And that is the fourth on Mouton. So this becomes a battle in which attrition is significant. Mouton will leave with his fourth. Cage has already fouled out, the freshman from Indianapolis for Xavier, and Chalmers at the line. This is the 9th team foul on Texas. Next one, they go to the double bonus.
I have him down 70% shooter. He strokes that ball so well. That's what you need from your guards. The most outstanding performer all tourney in the Atlantic 10. What a solid run. We mentioned St. Joe's. Without him stepping up big time, it wouldn't have happened.
Gets them both this trip. Xavier by 5. Here's the Texas foul story. Mouton on the bench with 4. Paulino with 3. And Thomas Tucker and Klotz with 2 each.
Nice
that
hands.
one. How about Diedrich Finn? Goes for it.
Timeout. Nice play by Royale Ivy. Very alert. And it's legal to fall like that. The fans thinking it's a walk. He was dribbling the ball. It wasn't where he had possession.
Nice dive. Time call.
85 years of experience. Booms. Busts. Downpours. Fiscal firestorms. Falling rates. Rising tides. And we end up with 50 million customers and over $600 billion in assets. We can weather anything and help make sure you do too. Insurance, loans, retirement. AIG. We know money.
Third-seeded Texas trailing 7th-seeded Xavier. This the first of 2 in Atlanta. Later tonight, top-seeded Duke takes on the Fighting Illini. And the winners advance to Sunday's regional final in the Georgia Dome. 70-65.
And Vernell off a timeout. Thad Matta runs a lot of stuff. They're pressuring full court. 20 seconds left on the shot clock. They don't give you room. You got to think on each trip. Here's a 3-quarter pressure now.
Boddicker gets it back in the hands of Royale Ivy, who now moves to the point as Moreno and Paulino are on the bench. There's Klotz, short jumper, in and out.
And look who's there.
P.J. Tucker, nice dish. And again, Klotz misses from 2 feet away.
I think Klotz may have been the fouler on that particular play. What a wonderful look. Didn't convert it. And a chance at the other end.
He's had any number of shots from that 5-foot range tonight.
Texas foul on number 24.
Klotz, 1 of 8.
You're right, though. Good looks. Of course, a couple of them, when you're fresh off the bench, was the worst time you want to get it. But always a hand up or a body on him.
And double bonus now for Xavier the rest of the way. And they failed to take advantage as Anthony Miles, who was only a 51% free throw shooter for the season, gets one more. Now Dolman out, and Brandon Cole is back in for the Musketeers.
And the associate coach over there, Sean Miller. I'm getting old watching him play at Pitt. His dad, a wonderful coach.
One of the great point guards in Big East history, Sean Miller.
Unbelievable.
0 for 2 this trip. Here comes Texas. Royale Ivy playing the point for Rick Barnes. Into the corner. Mouton back on with 4 fouls.
And they get Tucker to screen and locks his guy for the offensive rebound.
Ivy back to Boddicker. There's that spot up 3.
He's got to be ready. Clutch and deliver. A nice job again, getting into the seam, and Ivy kicks it.
Timeout, Xavier.
30 seconds timeout, Xavier.
It's a 2-point game with 2 minutes and 54 seconds to go. We welcome those of you who have been watching Kansas and UAB.
You've got to step up. Close out all of the pressure. Trust everything you've been taught. And just believe you can do it. You know, my first day on the job sure felt familiar.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us will be going pro in something other than sports.
Boddicker hits a 3. Texas climbs back within 2. Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Texas has put Xavier in the double bonus opportunity. And Rick Barnes trying to get his team back into the Elite 8 and the Final 4. Xavier has never advanced beyond this round. We've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
They like to run that high ball screen. They're trying to dump it inside to Miles. A nice scissor screen gives Sato a good look. And look at that check out by Boddicker.
And here's Texas with a chance to tie or take the lead. 2:34 to go.
And straight up man-to-man burn.
See the shot clock on the left side. Here's Brandon Mouton, one of 4 seniors for the Longhorns. Back outside to Ivy. Shot clock at 14. There's a screen set by Boddicker, the high pick and roll. And the switch as Dolman stays with Ivy. That one taken away, and a foul is called on Mouton, and that is it for the senior from Lafayette, Louisiana.
He almost had a foul, Vern. It was a breakout, an opportunity basket. The terrific defensive maneuvering, the quick hands, and right there, almost, he knows right away that it's it, but it was a breakaway at the other end, almost sacrificing himself for the team, and probably a little bit frustrated.
Sid Mill-Harris will take his place. The guy they call Grandpa. Will this be his final game in a Longhorn uniform? He fouls out, having scored 21 points to lead the Horns, and he leaves with his team trailing by 2, and Diedrich Finn shooting his first free throws of the evening.
Ooh, 67% free throw shooter, and knock the next one down. Interesting, you come in with Harris, who plays 11 minutes a game. It's not like you're going deep in the bench to a guy who's inexperienced, totally confident, and a good stroker.
Diedrich Finn gets 1. It's a 3-point game with 2:09 remaining. Xavier by 3. Here's Hurley. Hurley penetrates. Hurley with the dish. Hurley, a long-range 3. Oh, boy! Incredible. Swings it down toward Hurley. He finishes.
How you like me now, I say.
Think he's good enough to make the Pontiac all-time tournament team? You decide at ncaasports.com/Pontiac.
Will my car be ready this afternoon like you promised?
Yes.
Will you use a bunch of lingo I won't understand?
No.
Will you try to sell me something I really don't need?
No.
Do you like Broadway show tunes?
No.
Visit your neighborhood Midas mechanic now for lifetime guaranteed brake pads or shoes. Just $89.95, including installation. Guaranteed for as long as you own your car. For mechanics known for their work and their word.
Trust the Midas touch.
We need a car. A sports car. A wagon. Silver. And certified pre-owned. That one.
Autotrader.com lets you compare 2.1 million new, used, and certified pre-owned cars to find the one you want.
Oh, now we gotta sell our car.
I need a car. Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
Now there's a non-drowsy medicine that lets you breathe again. Alivert Allergy and Sinus relieves sinus pressure, runny nose, and nasal congestion. Breathe again. With Alivert Allergy and Sinus, the right relief, wherever you are.
Why do I rent from Enterprise? For more cargo room, more people room, or more headroom. Enterprise. So easy it's like having a second car. Or third.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Xavier trailed by 8 in the first half. They led by as many as 10 in the second half. We've got a 3-point game right now with 2:09 to go. Both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. Texas has put Xavier into the double bonus. Brandon Mouton, the senior, fouled out of his 134th game, hoping to play in number 135. 21 points, and he can do naught but watch.
And Xavier's job on the boards has been miraculous. They're going man-to-man right now. They switched defenses all during the course of the game. They've been very aggressive, and Texas needs some inside punch right now. Tucker loading up with a mismatch.
Boddicker, he can hit the three-pointer. Here's Klotz. He's 1 for 8, and most of those misses have been in close. He's going to take it, spin, fade away. 1 for 9 off the board, and P.J. Tucker has it swatted away by Miles.
Ooh, and he didn't go Miles to block that either. He went a foot, but he has been zoning up and just went over to help out Tucker, one of the great offensive rebounds there is in the country, and that time just couldn't elevate high enough. Great play by Miles.
Klotz, a 52% field goal shooter for the season.
A nice play
1 of
again.
9, and there's Miles again, and here's Chalmers.
Smart play, clock.
Bring it out, 90 seconds to go.
Well, Miles just jammed it up beautifully. Great denial.
Now Chalmers, look how quick he is in the lane. Can't get the floater to go. Tucker for Texas.
He's been able to do that all evening long. He and Finn.
Roy Al Ivy, number 24, another of the Texas seniors. Guarded by the sophomore Diedrich Finn. 1:10 remaining. Here's Boddicker. And Dolman's out on him. Klotz, air ball, 1 of 10.
Boy, he has really had his problems rushing it. They got exactly what they wanted. The courage to take it, though.
50 seconds to go.
Got to be solid here. They decided not to give it.
Back in the hands of Lionel Chalmers, the senior from Albany, New York.
And this is the play they like. Use the high five guy, pick and pop. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. And here comes Texas. 28 seconds to go. Rebound, Sato, foul, Sid Mill Harris.
And nobody at the rim, unfortunately. Boddicker maybe just a little too quick. Harris with the giveaway to stop the clock.
Boddicker thought he got hacked.
Texas foul, number 13, Sid Mill Harris. 6 seconds.
Foul is on Sid Mill Harris. And Romain Sato, the senior from Central African Republic. And Dayton, Ohio is at the line. He has made 41 of his last 45. Wow. Let's check the CBS Sports Line stat of the game. Rebounding edge, offensive rebounds, Xavier 16-13. That's led to 16-11 edge in second chance points. Got complete tournament coverage. at cbssportsline.com.
Sato all year long, 84%. This will make it, if he plans it, a two-trip game. Mata wants to dictate the defense.
1 of 2, huge for the Musketeers.
This is Wendy's headquarters, and they sent me a letter. Dear Mr. Wendy, that's me. Thanks for your kind words. Yes, Wendy's hamburgers are delicious because we make them fresh when you order them. And you're right, our classic double with cheese does rock, especially the combo. But to your self-appointed title of Mr. Wendy, unofficial spokesman, our lawyers insist that you cease and desist from representing us.
That's him.
It's corporate speak for keep up the good work. Hey, you!
Wendy's classic hamburgers. It's better here.
Hey!
Romain Sato gets 1 of 2 at the free throw line. That makes it a 2-possession game. Xavier up by 4. Coming next, 2 more teams hit the Elite 8. Nevada takes on Georgia Tech from St. Louis. Tip time on that one, 9:58. And then approximately 10:15, we'll have the Fighting Illini and the Duke Blue Devils with game number 2 from Atlanta. 72-68. Longhorns. Let's see who they've got on the floor. Klotz, who's had a tough night shooting the ball. He will inbound it. Royale Ivy, P.J. Tucker, Boddicker, and Sid Mill Harris.
And you need a deuce, Fern. Go to the rim. And it gets set nice. What a job down the stretch by Miles. He has been the guy defensively.
The senior from Chicago, Anthony Miles. Boddicker, pump fake, puts it up. Got it! Woo.
Now they got to get the defense set. Rick Barnes opts for the timeout. How about that? A little early onions. Mr. Boddicker knocking it down.
You know the feeling. Every guy's had it. You're unbeatable, unstoppable. You got that walking on water feeling. You look, they smile. You win, they go home. It's the feeling you get every day with the world's best shave, Mach 3 Turbo. It's like having an angel by your side. Every move is smooth. Every word is cool. I never want to lose that feeling.
Boddicker gets his third 3 of the ball game. He's 3 of 5. That cuts the margin to 1. 16 seconds to go. Both teams with a timeout remaining. And whom to foul? Well, if Miles gets his hands on the ball in this possession, you got to scoop him.
Well, yeah, exactly. He's going to be as far away as possible. The counter now by Texas. A lot of little guys to try and give the foul. Steal the ball and then give it right away. They're not protecting the inbound pass. They're not harassing them, so they might get a double and a possible steal.
Paulino and Moreno have come on for Texas, and here's the foul by Paulino, and that's going to put the 84% free throw shooter, Romain Sato, at the line.
Of course, you have no choice that late in the game, Vernon. If the guy makes a good cut, just give it up, see what he can do. You want to extend the game if you're behind.
Romain Sato, born in Bangui in the Central African Republic, came to the United States in January of 1999. Tiffany Thompson, his guardian, met him at the airport in that January midwinter in Dayton, Ohio. And here is Romain Sato attempting to put the Musketeers into the round of 8.
How about that, huh?
He's got one more.
Cute little story where they labeled everything in the house. He couldn't speak English just so he could identify the lamp, the ceiling, rug, etc. And look at him now on the threshold.
If Xavier wins, they join St. Joseph's in the Elite 8. St. Joseph's, who takes on Oklahoma State in East Rutherford tomorrow night. St. Joseph's, a team that Xavier whacked by 20 points 15 nights ago in the Atlantic 10 tournament.
There's that stroke. Same thing now. You want a quick hit and give it. Quick hit. You can't delay.
Boddicker. Here's Sid Mill Harris. Pumps. Out the rim. No good.
Post time.
Xavier has it. And a foul with 3.9 to go.
Texas foul.
Rick Barnes is about to get teed up from Ted Valentine.
He got one already. He's going to be Frank Haith doing the right thing now, getting up in the middle of it.
A technical foul has been called.
He's been thrown out too, I think. Well, I think you hit it before on the Boddicker jump shot. The follow through he felt started it, I think, in the last particular play. Now, Rick, to your ass now. You've done a great job as a coach. Credit to this profession. I don't know if they have just given him the one technical foul or have asked him to leave.
It looked like Valentine gave him the signal,
and if he did, he's got to leave in a timely fashion.
Yep.
He is, yeah.
Yeah.
He's going to shake that. That's it. That's the class act.
Yes, indeed. But not without a final word as he heads to the locker room. And Romain Sato is at the line.
Now they're talking about shooting the technicals first. Four free throws now.
Wow. Here's Sato.
All of a sudden puts a damper on it, doesn't it?
Sure does.
It should not dampen Xavier at all, though. Just a magnificent effort from the get-go. The enthusiasm that they exhibited, the aggressive style of play on the glass against a team that just cracks you under the rim. And they were up to the task.
Young man from Bangui in the Central African Republic is about to lead Xavier where no Musketeer has gone since the 1780s.
And there's more than 3 of them, I might add.
Into the Elite 8. Xavier. What a roll it's been.
This will be the first time 2 Atlantic 10 teams have done that, Vern. When you think of St. Joe's and Xavier.
And the other side of the equation, of course, Brandon Mouton on the bench, having picked up his 5th foul. Now the series of free throws continues. The Longhorns made it to the Final Four with T.J. Ford at the point a year ago. They had hopes of getting back. Those aspirations will be thwarted at the level of 16. 79-71. The Xavier Musketeers, under the leadership of Thad Mutta, are into the Elite 8 for the first time in the history of the program. Xavier will play again on Sunday afternoon. They will play either Duke or Illinois. The Blue Devils and the Fighting Illini meet here next. The Chevrolet most valuable players of the game. Romain Sato, 27 points from Xavier. And Brandon Mouton, the senior who fouled out with 2:09 to go, 21 points for the University of Texas. For Bill Raftery and Solomon Wilcots, I'm Vern Lundquist saying so long from Atlanta. Our final score, 79-71. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports. We'll go to New York and Greg Gumbel after this message.
Where would we be if we always did things the way they were done before? Where would we be if everyone followed and no one led?
I'm never ever gonna get it all. I'm never ever gonna get it all.
What can a 50-foot swell teach us about brokerage firms? The right combination of forces can take you where you want to go. Wachovia Securities welcomes Prudential Securities and its clients. Talk to one of our financial advisors. Together, we can achieve uncommon results. Wachovia Securities.
Hitman Jimmy the Tulip is sensitive.
I just vacuumed this rug. I need your help.
Oz is scared.
You're afraid of everything, Oz.
That is so not true. You are a nitwit, Oz.
Laszlo is mad.
Where's Yinmi?
And Jill is glad.
Why don't we go out and kill somebody tonight?
Wow.
Bruce Willis, Matthew Perry, The Whole 10 Yards. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, April 9th.
Tostitos and dip in the conference room.
Tostitos and dip in the conference room.
Tostitos and dip in the conference room.
I have to put you on hold. Hey, pass the Tostitos.
We should do this more often.
Everyone loves the bold taste of Tostitos Gold, the thick, authentic Mexican-style tortilla chip that's perfect for heartier dips.
Thanks for coming to today's productivity meeting. The next few hours should be very enlightening.
Meet you at the Tostitos.
Your ultimate online sports experience. For the fastest scores, stats, and first-rate fantasy sports, go to CBSSportsline.com. CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by McDonald's, Singular Wireless, Audi, and by Bud Light.
Welcome back, everyone, as we continue along the road to the Final Four. Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis coming your way. Two more games. Nevada and Georgia Tech will tip it off in St. Louis at about 9:58 Eastern time. And then Illinois and Duke down in Atlanta. That tip should come about 30 minutes from now, right around 10:15 Eastern time. The game that just completed in Atlanta, Xavier 79-71 over the Texas Longhorns. It wound down just a few moments ago like this. Here's Vern Lundquist.
Same thing now. You want a quick hit and give it. Quick hit. You can't delay.
Lodeker. Here's Sidnell Harris. Pumps. Out the rim. No good.
Post time.
Xavier has it. And a foul with 3.9 to go.
So, Xavier a winner 79-71 at the tail end of that game. Rick Barnes, the Texas coach, double technical foul. He's gone. The three of us are about the only ones who weren't ejected in games so far because UAB lost its coach, Mike Anderson, a little earlier. I just think it has to be really serious if you're going to deprive a team of its coach in an NCAA tournament game.
Oh, I agree with you wholeheartedly there. We couldn't see exactly what drew the ire of Rick Barnes. We're guessing that it was on the rebound of that missed three-point attempt. There was a little contact, but the ball had already been secured. I think you've got to look at it from the standpoint as we take a look at the replay. No foul here on the attempt by Harris. That's clear. Dolman did not touch him. Now, on the rebound, Finn gets it. He's got the ball. There's some incident.